the UEFA Champions League final, the biggest match in club football, contested between two of the stellar names in the world game. Real Madrid, a side who've lifted a trophy in each of the last 2 seasons and are looking to claim it for a record 13th time overall. The opposition tonight, Liverpool, are eyeing a 6th final victory. Only Real and AC Milan have won more. Well, a fine evening to you. The broadcast continues. This is our coverage of the UEFA Champions League final, coming to you live on the nation's premier talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Such a delight to be here. The cheerleaders, we aren't entirely pleased with your performance, but it's been colourful. You've met the guys in the studio. A reminder again from the far left, we've got Ada from Lekki. She's got a surname I don't think I've ever mentioned that on air, but Ada, thank you so much again, and you look really, really fly.
Thank you, guys. I'm wearing the official Femi and the gang shirt.
Specially made for you.
Specially made for me, customized for me. I'm very proud. I will keep it, wash it, keep it. Very, very proud.
Amazing stuff. The professor himself, this is an epic final. It should be.
Yeah, well, it's a big one with potentials to reset history, or well, both teams are going, for something historical. If Liverpool win it, then they will set another personal record for England, and Real Madrid, well, they've broken that record of winning it back to back. Now they want to do it back to back to back, and just give some people high jump, to try and to try and catch up with them. So very, very big night in world football here in Europe, and well, perhaps the entire world. This is what we live for. This is the big stage, Emmanuel.
It is. Let's also make welcome again to Namdi Akuba, and where we are live on YouTube, and that looking really pretty. Amazing stuff. It's good to have a woman join in the coverage. Looking at the screen, Namdi, just one man the cameras are panning on. It's not Mohamed Salah.
It has to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Yesterday,
I had to do that. I know.
All right. Yesterday we had Hernan Crespo in the studio, and the question was asked. First of all, he had to dodge it. Then secondly, the second time he was asked the question, who was going to win in the Champions League, he said it all depends on Cristiano Ronaldo. That's from a player or an ex-player. He says it all depends on Cristiano Ronaldo. If he turns up, then Real Madrid will have the day. If he doesn't, then Liverpool will. So the cameras have no choice. They have to plan on him. He hasn't really been exceptional. He wasn't exceptional in La Liga, but as far as the Champions League was concerned, it was all about Cristiano Ronaldo. He dragged Real Madrid from where they were to where they are at the moment. And it's no surprise that the cameras will plan on him. Experienced player, fantastic player. Now the cameras have done justice by bringing the Pharaoh in it, and that's Mohamed Salah. Trying to get both of them in to feel
in one shot
that frame. It's fantastic, Emmanuel. It's going to be a very, very lovely night. I hope, like they say, 7 and 11 takes you to heaven. I hope this is a heavenly fixture.
Amen to that prayer. The players are making their way out of the dugouts, and of course the Champions League trophy will be walked past by the two teams. As sides have met on 5 previous occasions, all in the European Cup. Liverpool winning 3 of those fixtures, and Real Madrid 2. And they've got players who, or did I say players? Well, artists, the violin, just entertaining the crowd. Is that the cello? Amazing stuff. Well, what should do with our hands? That's a colourful closing ceremony, Bimbo.
Yeah,
the Champions League.
Very, very colourful. And Ada and I were just talking off the camera, about how much of this, we appreciate or do not appreciate in football. I can understand for the Super Bowl, but it really, really hasn't.
He just wants to get on with it.
Yeah, it really hasn't caught on with me personally.
Fights, okay.
We've seen this regularly. This is not the first time, we're having a pre-match kind of mini concert.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it will ever catch on with me. For football, and I'm talking about real football here, not the one where you play with your hands. The real football, we just want to get on with the game. I mean, we just want to do our 90-minute thing and then celebrate afterwards, or maybe extra time. But I mean, leave all the festivities and all this. Let's get smack into it, man.
That's exactly what we're about to do. Liverpool and Real Madrid, the players exchanging pleasantries. A reminder how they fouled out tonight. Keylor Navas still the goalkeeper. Sergio Ramos the captain. Varane, Marcelo, Dani Carvajal is back in the team. Missed most of the semi-finals. Cristiano Ronaldo, Casemiro, Isco, Cruz, Modric and Karim Benzema. On the bench for Madrid, it's Gareth Bale, Kiko Casilla, Mateo Kovacic, Nacho, Lucas Vazquez, Marco Asensio and Theo Hernandez. That's how it's going to be. It's a three-man midfield of Modric, Casemiro and of course Toni Kroos. Isco just playing right behind Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo. And what you call a 4-3-3 formation. It also could fall for a 4-2-3-1 depending on how they want to maneuver. For Jurgen Klopp is put out the second youngest squad. The last time we saw players aged 25 plus was in 2013, a Champions League final which he went on to lose to Bayern Munchen. Our referees from Serbia. Something interesting in Nambi about this referee.
Yep.
I was going through his statistics. He was actually the fourth official in last season's Champions League final.
Well,
and tonight he has the opportunity to officiate.
That's an upgrade.
It is an upgrade, actually.
Yes, you are a student next to your teacher. It just happens. Or yeah, assistant teacher.
I saw it because it was really confusing when I saw part of his statistics, that 4-1 against Juventus, and I had to click because I remembered it wasn't, a Serbian official in charge. It was a German in charge of that final, and I remember he was the fourth official, and he has an opportunity to behold Salah. And of course, whatever happens, he gets a gold medal.
Yeah, he does. And the thing about it is, we hope to go into games like this where players become the MVPs and not the referee. You want a situation where he allows the game go. You want a situation where he, does this thing without bias or anything, and allow players play. If it's going to get into extra time, so be it. If it's going to be penalties, so be it. But do not be the center of attraction. So as far as he does that, then I think we'll enjoy the game.
Oh, the camera spied on Mohamed Salah, just saying his prayers. He's still doing it.
Quick one on the Liverpool players. Tonight is the night that those two, the right back and the left back of Liverpool, step up. Today is their make or break day. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, both of them need to step up bigger than ever tonight. They have to deal with, I think, Marcelo and Carvajal. They will not have a bigger night than this, I don't think. So today is their day to step up and be
counted.
Blow up, yes, exactly.
Yeah, as they were filing out, I could see Dejan Lovren. He gave Luka Modric especially. And he seemed to have caught Modric off guard, because it wasn't really on the cheek.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And it seemed to have caught him off guard because it seemed like he wasn't really expecting it. And I just hope it doesn't turn out to be that thing that dishevels Modric, like as if he planned it.
Maybe mind game.
Yeah,
like Judas Iscariot.
That this is the one we want to betray.
Want to betray this one.
Well, it's kicked off out there in Kiev. Liverpool against Real Madrid, or should I make it accurate? Real Madrid against Liverpool. The champions are playing from right to left, all white attire, and last merengues as they call them. The Liverpool, the Reds, from left to right of our monitoring device. Do well to drop us your tweets. Tweet us at Nigerian for Femi Faji official. And of course, you can catch us live on YouTube. Our special guest, Ada, joining us in the studio. You cannot miss her. She's on my far left, closest to Bimbo, which I find very pleasing, and not Namdi staying close to her. It could have been terrifying.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
She said why
Good
too.
question.
Ada, I'm using two mics. You can come and take mine.
No problem. This is fine. Well, it's been a calm start. You've got to say for the two sides. It's a final. No one wants to commit the first error, but it's Marcelo on the left for Real Madrid. I mentioned they're playing from right to left. Rolls it infield to find Isco. Easy to identify with his stature. And we're still live on YouTube. It's Nigerian for life. It's Cristiano up against Dejan, great skill from the Portuguese. Still has an opportunity to go past him. He might square one. He does that easily. It's Toni, Luka Modric. Rolls into the right hand side. Caballero! And somehow, well, Madrid could get the opener, but the flag is up for offside against what seems, or who seems to be Karim Benzema. Carrio's coming out to do the job.
Well, I think for Liverpool, what I've seen in the first few minutes, they are, like I said, in an unfamiliar territory. They are not pushing forward. They are not pressing like they used to. Maybe it's Jurgen Klopp advising or telling them, let's not do this. This is Real Madrid, or maybe they are just scared, that they are in the final. But by doing that, it means they are inviting this Real Madrid side to come at them, and that was a chance. Gone begging, and if Real Madrid had taken it, then they're in all sorts of trouble. But here at Liverpool,
they are coming through. It's an opportunity for Wijnaldum. The strike takes a wicked deflection off. Eventually cleared to safety. Dejan, Virgil van Dijk to the left back. Robertson, infield for Milner. Such a massive final. None of those players have appeared in the Champions League final. It's the very first time. It's their debut playing against the defending champion. It's a huge axe, to say the least. Virgil van Dijk. A near perfect pass to connect to Robertson, but just too heavy. And rolls out for a goal kick on the right-hand side. And the first picture we get of the manager is Jurgen Klopp, Bimbo.
Yeah, well, he is in quite familiar territory. He's been here before with Borussia Dortmund. He lost to Bayern Munich, who are their rivals then when he was with Borussia Dortmund. So. Well, I guess he'll be hoping to be second time lucky here.
It just may be. The cross is near perfect from the outside of right player. Trent Alexander-Arnold's intercepted by Rafael Varane. And somehow it's Liverpool players who look very anxious to get this game up and running. Jude saw in his dream, sorry, that was Namdi. The first 5 minutes will be a goal.
Yeah, so no, he didn't see it with me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't dream with him. He said in his dream, first 5 minutes will be a goal. And it's past 5 minutes already.
Yes, it's actually 5 minutes on the mark now, and it's goalless.
So that's 6 minutes already.
Yeah, if any goal goes in now, it's going to be recorded as a 6-minute strike. But here they come, Liverpool. It's Mohamed Salah up against two players, Ramos and Marcelo. And it's Marcelo who's the judge to have felt the Egyptian. It's looked really lively. That's exactly what he expected. And it's quite confusing because they have the same hairstyle. One a bit ragged, the other coily. Yeah, exactly. So it's a free kick to Liverpool in whose territory, Namdi?
That's Real Madrid's territory, and this is where Mohamed Salah can send the floater.
You fancy Salah?
He sends a floater in, and Virgil van Dijk is, a threat.
And the Lovren also
could be a threat. You look at those two towers in the box, then there's a lot of problem for Rafael Varane and Sergio Ramos.
And that could be Henderson. Go ahead, Professor.
They have to be very, very careful because the likes of either Robertson or Trent Alexander-Arnold will be left behind. If Real Madrid break, I don't think those two young boys will be able to, catch up with the counter, because Ronaldo will be in that mix, in that break.
It's a free kick, Milner or Salah. An in-swinger or an out-swinger. It's actually going to be Milner. Finds Mohamed Salah, who can strike. But great anticipation from the Madrid defense. That could have been really problematic. Well, it's surprisingly actually Luka Modric who intercepted that wonder strike, and so Robertson could have gifted something to the Madrid players. Unfortunately for Benzema in that instance. Great composure there from Carvajal. Brilliant skill, supported by Varane, but it's not successful because it's Sadio who tried to intercept.
I mentioned it, that those two young boys might be rather unconvincing in this, and it didn't even have to be a counter attack, but you could literally feel the pressure, from Robertson that he made that mistake, and I think that is, if Real Madrid really notice that now, they might capitalize on that, because football is a lot of psychology. There's a lot of mentality that you need to get right in those 90 minutes. A breakdown of which can cost you heavily.
It's the experience of Real Madrid. Like I said, like we all know, they've been in, this is their third final in a row. This is Robertson's first. I don't think he'll be in a bigger match than this. So of course the pressure will surely get to him. But I believe he should be able to compose himself, at least in this period.
Well, composure exactly what Real Madrid defense need at the moment. Whenever Liverpool attack, they're like saber-tooth tigers. It's just very terrifying. And Marcelo hasn't really done any offensive job tonight.
He shouldn't.
He's been pegged back, surprisingly.
Yeah. It's still early, 6-7 minutes.
Right.
He hasn't, because I've seen the movement of Salah on the ball, the little moments, that Salah has been. Marcelo really needs to be careful. He really, really needs to stay on Salah, because that's where Salah is operating from so far. And, that free kick they took the other time, I think...
It might just be offside. Surprising if that's not an offside call. Again, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold.
You know, I think Alexander-Arnold needs to be really careful as well, because the man who is at that side is Cristiano Ronaldo, and not just any ordinary footballer. You know, he can come out as much as he likes now, but once Real Madrid gets, you know, the ball to Cristiano Ronaldo when Alexander-Arnold is at Real Madrid's own half, then they're in big trouble. They need to be very careful. Liverpool are bossing, and if you are bossing Real Madrid, I mean, they should ask their Juventus last season. Juventus bossed for the first few minutes until Madrid scored. If you're bossing Real Madrid, ensure you get a goal. Don't just boss and not score.
Well, Madrid are making a lot of unforced errors in that midfield area. They're giving the ball away. They've done so on about 2 or 3 occasions right now, and you don't want Liverpool to have so much of the ball, you know, in this game. The way they are passing, they seem very, very confident. You know, all of the talk about them not being in familiar territory.
Yes.
I'm only afraid for those 2 fullbacks, but everybody else, you know, seems to be quite comfortable in their skin, you know, in this game so far. Madrid don't want them. I know that dead ball situation, I still fault them, you know, from trying to play on the ground, because this Madrid team are very, very vulnerable in the air. They've lost to Tottenham Hotspur and they've lost to Juventus, and in those 2 games,
mostly crosses.
Yeah, Tottenham won all the area battles, and that's why, you know, Tottenham won. So they shouldn't be afraid, you know, to put the ball in the air for those dead ball situations, because they have Van Dijk and Lovren, who, you know, can convert, you know, in those situations.
The Madrid have the opportunity to do something great. Somehow it's snuffed out there. The attempt from Carvajal, not too successful. It's Sadio Mane who tried to beat Luka Modric for pace, but great defensive clearance from the Croatian. It's one of those players the Super Eagles will come up against at the FIFA World Cup.
That's true.
I love him.
It's the very first game. Great skill there from Sadio Mane, running down the left-hand side for Liverpool. Cuts back, tries to connect with his teammates, Roberto Firmino. Unsuccessful in that attempt. Navas doing the dirty job. Great control there. Infield for Toni Kroos. It's Luka Modric now. Back to Kroos. It's going to be a free kick. Great call from the referee. A foul against Luka Modric, the Serbian.
More defensive Modric we've seen in the first few minutes. Not going forward much. He had a chance to strike earlier, but he chose to hold on to the ball for a little bit longer. And he has been doing the blocks, run backs, cover-ups. It's what Liverpool make you do. But I bet you, if this game keeps going this way, and Real Madrid gets a goal, against the run of play, then Liverpool will crumble.
To be a problem, yes.
I fear Liverpool will crumble afterwards. So they should just avoid that.
I also feel another thing Liverpool may need to do this period is to make sure they keep this match within 90 minutes. Because it seems that Real Madrid. We've also seen that Real Madrid tend to wake up in extra time.
Yeah.
I think it was Atletico Madrid when
Madrid.
we thought all was over. Next thing from 1-1 it was 4-1 by the end of this. So I think Liverpool need to make sure they keep this match within 90 minutes.
We're still live on YouTube, Nigeria Info Live. Drop your comments and we'll take as many as possible. If it's on Twitter, I'll take also as many as we possibly can. It's Liverpool against Madrid, the Champions League final, 11 minutes played. It's Sergio Ramos has the ball down infield to find Toni Kroos. Roll it to Rafael Varane. It's a defensive pass. It's Carvajal on the right. The champions seeking to win it for the very number 13 actually, but the 3rd time in succession.
That's just greed. I'm sorry.
No. But they're that good.
Greed.
They're that good, really. You give it to them.
An opportunity also to...
That's greed. They
You
should let
can't
Liverpool
begrudge
win it.
them if they win it, a 3rd time consecutively. I
They're
mean,
good. They're a good team.
you can't. Everybody, they started this race with everybody else. So I mean, it's not their fault.
Where is everybody?
Yeah, I know. It's not their fault, man.
Watching at home, that's it. Liverpool fans, well, many of those who couldn't make the trip due to flight cancellation. Liverpool Football Club made an official statement that tickets refunds will be made for those who purchased a game day ticket from the official website. And Sergio Ramos has played and won something major in this stadium. 2012 European Championship for the Spanish national team. A tournament co-hosted by Ukraine. Was he Poland? He won the final that year, defeating Italy in the finale. So there's something
4-0.
special. Yeah, Balotelli couldn't take off his shirt. It's Modric.
That's cool.
Back to the Croatian player. It's not a perfect pass from Luka Modric. Surprisingly, Rafael Varane heads it back to him to do something better. They're playing from right to left, a reminder, and Liverpool attacking from left to right. It's Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. Toni Kroos. He's got Marcelo on the left-hand side. Salah trying to form that blockade. Gives it to Marcelo. Cristiano has been quiet for the first 11 minutes.
Another bad pass there from... And Real Madrid are having such difficulty trying to get behind Liverpool. They've not really been able to penetrate. Liverpool have created more chances in this game than Real Madrid in the opening minute. Madrid, seem to be having problems, getting past this Liverpool side. Just passing the ball, just simple stuff. But Liverpool are finding it so easy doing what Madrid are finding it hard to do.
Well, this is Sadio Mane. Finds Mohamed Salah in the penalty area. He turns. It could be Sadio Mane. Firmino. But it looks like it's inch offside. The referee's assistant flag is down. And sends the ball all the way back to Milner. Milner will connect down to Robertson. While Trent it's a cross from Trent. The goalkeeper Keylor Navas punches clear. And for the umpteenth time, Madrid's back line look like they're very uncoordinated. And Jordan Henderson, Dejan Lovren on the right for Liverpool. He's got support now. Finds Trent Alexander-Arnold. Infield. Jorginho Wijnaldum. Great composure to go past Toni Kroos. He can strike. He scored one against Roma. It's not the night for him to get the opener in this game, and Madrid can counter-attack. Toni Kroos, Karim Benzema with the ball. Finds, it's a terrible pass actually from Toni.
I hope Ronaldo is being marked. I'm not seeing him. The new thing he does is you don't see him until he scores.
He doesn't touch the ball.
Yeah, you don't see him until he scored. So I hope someone is taking care of him somewhere.
I'm yet to understand what is happening to Real Madrid's midfield. I think Luka Modric, even when the ball is on, when Madrid have the ball, I think he's put on his defensive cap for this game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's not doing a lot of attacking and a lot of being creative in this game, and I think that's why they're having problems. They're just throwing away passes in the middle, simple stuff, build from behind, come at this Liverpool side, but they're not doing all of that. And it's mostly look at that once again.
I think they're trying to curb Henderson and Mane, their flow. I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to at least keep.
Look at that once again. They just give the ball away.
I think the pressure from Liverpool allowing them hold on to the ball. But let's wait after this attack.
It could be Ronaldo running from the right. Cristiano, and it's just in shy. Well, it's the first time he won't.
See,
Get a glimpse of the goalkeeper.
Completely unmarked. That makes no sense. How do you not keep an eye on Ronaldo?
Well, he was going to be the first moment for them to really hunt this Liverpool defence. He had every time to decide what to do.
Well, usually Ronaldo converts from such distance, and well, that's the warning shot from Cristiano Ronaldo, if I ask me, for this Liverpool side. In as much as Madrid are giving the ball away and Liverpool, are enjoying a lot of time on the ball right now, they need to watch their six, because when Ronaldo and Real Madrid turn, the screws, when they turn up, they turn up.
Well, that's a Ronaldo chance. It shows you how much of that experience he has. He was playing on the left. All of a sudden, Ronaldo pops up on the right, and he has that chance. That's where he is. He just has that nose for where to be and how to run and get those balls and maybe strike.
Just like Marcelo does.
Yep.
The Brazilian with the ball rolls it infield to find Luka Modric. Distributes to the right inside. Obviously, Carvajal, Cristiano. Goal number 15. Scorer of many great goals in major competition. Toni Kroos. That's a decent pass to the left-hand side to find Isco. Chased down by two red shirts. Finds the captain, Sergio Ramos. Back to Isco on the left. Turns to his right inside. Rolls it for Marcelo. Back to Isco on the left inside. Turns now. The cross is near perfect. But it's headed out easily by the Liverpool defence. James Milner. Casemiro. Cristiano. Oh, it's great interception there from Sadio Mane. Carvajal regains possession. Infield now. Great first touch there from Luka Modric to Carvajal. The interchange of pass couldn't be successful, and it's Liverpool who might break now. Sadio Mane on the left-hand side. Salah running through midfield. And also Roberto Firmino calling for support. Mane hesitates, does too much. Eventually finds the captain Jordan Henderson. Right at the centre circle. Rolls it to the right-hand side for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Whose diagonal pass isn't perfect for Salah. Intercepted easily by Carvajal. And it's Real Madrid who will try to build from the back.
Well, Mane just did the Mane. Hold on to the ball for too long. Decide to pass to a defender rather than a striker.
I mean, under no pressure whatsoever, Carvajal, tries to send the ball back to who was looking for Sergio Ramos or the goalkeeper, and just plays it out for a corner kick.
I think they somehow conceded of this corner for leadership quality there. Sergio Ramos applauding Carvajal. And having a conversation also with Cristiano.
So don't blame him. He was trying to pass to me. Don't worry, let's just play. You have to report to Ronaldo.
That's right. It's a corner to Liverpool. It's the very first corner of this game. And it's gone to the Reds. 5-time European champions. Up against 12-time European champions. Salah takes the corner. And it's the goalkeeper who comes out. Couldn't get a grip of it. Virgil van Dijk. Oh, in that instance, he wasn't successful. Never forget, he got his first Liverpool goal in the Merseyside derby. And what a night it could have been for the most expensive defender to score the opener right here in Kiev.
Well, you look at that, and we were saying it, Virgil van Dijk, Dejan Lovren. It was Dejan Lovren who made the dummy run, that took away everybody. And if it wasn't for the awareness from the goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, to come off his line and disturb Virgil van Dijk, surely that should have been 1-0.
When you take a look at the Liverpool defense, and you'd say Robertson was fighting relegation last season. In fact, his team got relegated, and this season he's playing in the Champions League final. For Virgil van Dijk, injuries in the first half of the season, played against the Southampton that was almost relegated this season, and now he's playing in the Champions League final. Trent Alexander-Arnold, I'm sure by the start of the season, he never knew he was going to be here at this point. You say maybe a little inexperience in the defense, but you can't take anything away from this Liverpool side. They've done so well to be here, and if they hold their own against Real Madrid, then you say well deserved.
Well, they've already set a record for most goals in a campaign this season. For Real Madrid fans, well, it's been free-flowing attacking football also. So really, no one, not the guys in the studio, those who are tuned into the broadcast or watching at Goal Fest, is anticipating a KGF fan. So far, it's been really entertaining. But what is good football without goals? We can't get one if this attack is successful. It's Toni Kroos who finds Carvajal. Madrid right back to Rafael Varane. Sergio Ramos. Varane now, it's a defensive pass. Decides to send one to the left-hand side. Isco couldn't control it. It's going to roll out for a throw on the right-hand side to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And a smack on the face of Jurgen Klopp, who's not a happy man when it comes to cup competitions. Jurgen has lost 5 of the 6 major finals he's been involved in, including his 2 previous European finals. The first with Borussia Dortmund when they lost the 2013 Champions League final. And the second came when Liverpool were beaten by Sevilla in the 2016 Europa League final. This is his 3rd major final. The odds do not favour him to come out successful in this one.
And what he's done is he's not wearing suits today. Most finals he comes in wearing suit. But today he decided to wear something different. Maybe he thinks that's his juju. So he's come in and say, okay, let's wear something else and see if that works for us.
Great skill there. While Namdi was describing the attire of Jurgen Klopp, great skill from Isco against Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian, who's done remarkably well for himself. He established a new record for a 38th game Premier League season. He scored 32 breathtaking goals. One against Brighton, which ended a run of 3 games without a goal for the Egyptian. This is the final, the biggest occasion in club football. If you want to be a legend, you need at least a goal or an assist in the final. And that's something Mohamed Salah has never done in his professional career. It's a free kick to Real Madrid. Just the byline there, foul against Dani Carvajal, who's clutching to his right knee. He's just back from injury. It looks like James Milner needs to send him back to the doctor's table. And replay again. Ooh, it's a clash of knees. Hopefully it's not something to keep him out. Well, somehow play started quickly. And it's Liverpool on the left-hand side. Carvajal's position. Eventually cleared out by Robertson. It's a clearance that looks like a pass. It's Liverpool who can get something. Sadio Mane might be first to the ball, but somehow Sergio Ramos intercepts perfectly.
And that was unnecessary from Firmino. He shouldn't have touched it. The ball sat very comfortable for any of them to get a run at it. Probably I felt Firmino would have left the ball for Mane, who had more pace. But he tried to touch it. so he could get past the Real Madrid defense. But Sergio Ramos was very smart, very intelligent. He ran before the ball, and once the ball was touched by Firmino, he had to clear. And that's what Liverpool have been all about all season. So much pace in the attack. And I feel for Real Madrid to counter this, they also need a pace of their own. Maybe sometime in the second half, Gareth Bale will be introduced. And if he's introduced, I fear for that Liverpool defense.
I know it's for the Liverpool defence, there might be some fright, but for the attack, it's delight. The major force in this competition this season, the front three of Sadio Mane, Salah and Firmino. But this is Jorginho! Well, they look more like Roberto Firmino, and the strike eventually comes through from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Keylor Navas covering his near post.
Well, that's the best chance of this game, and it's come from that young man, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and there were also some fantastic goalkeeping there from Keylor Navas. And look at that. Look at that. Well, that was some fantastic goalkeeping. Well, they're lucky, you know, that he was right there on that occasion to keep that one out. It's still goalless, but well, by all things, you know, oh my word, I'm just so excited.
Well, his carriers is now with the ball. How?
That's how fast this game can alter. Liverpool have had the lion's share of possession in this encounter, but the statistics, the most vital one stays goalless. Real nil, Liverpool nil. We've played 24 minutes at the stadium in Kiev, the Olimpijski Stadium as they call it. The captain for Madrid, Sergio Ramos. Chips one to Marcelo on the left-hand side, not far off the manager Zidane. Unfortunate first touch from Cristiano. It's all the way back to the captain, Jordan Henderson. Not a story to lead Liverpool to the Champions League, but cannot lead England to the World Cup. That armband switched from Liverpool straight to London, because it's going to be Harry Kane. Speaking of which, congratulations to Fulham. Back in the Premier League, John Terry would have to make do with another season in the Champions League with Aston Villa.
Where he belongs.
Well, if you say so, you're being mean.
You know, when John Terry left Chelsea and went to Aston Villa, they asked him why. He said he can't stand playing against Chelsea in the Premier League. So why does he want to come back to the Premier League?
Then he should stay there. He should stay where he is.
Back in the Championship.
Exactly.
It was a 1-0 win for Fulham. So we'll get to mention Craven Cottage in next season's commentary. It's been a while we've heard that. Used to be home for the Super Eagles. I don't know whether it was an international friendly. There will be one, by the way, on the 2nd of June at Wembley. England against Nigeria 2 days after the final 23-man list will be made official by Genotro. Back to the Champions League. It's Madrid nil, Liverpool nil. Salah dispossessed. The referee plays the advantage. Well, in the other light, Cassette. Somehow Isco, who's trying to go past two red shirts. Salah is still down, by the way. Watching as his left shoulder has written in pace the Egyptian. This is not only good, it doesn't look good actually. On replay again, it was a battle between him and Sergio Ramos. Well, I hope it's a holy smoke. Well, he landed awkwardly and somehow Ramos with a battle of his left arm.
That should have been a foul because Sergio Ramos, you know, had his, you know, he had his entire arm, you know, tucked under, and he pulled him out.
But he connected to the ball. I think that was what the referee saw. He touched the ball. He hit the ball
but he
off
was pulling his hand.
He held his hand from mid-flight till
I feel
they went to the floor.
He had his arm tucked under.
And Salah isn't someone who play acts.
Yeah,
really.
he doesn't.
When he goes down,
if Salah goes down,
he comes up immediately. And for him to go down and twist and turn on the ground, then you know it's something serious. And Liverpool
doesn't look
cannot.
This is bad for
Ramos yanked his arm and he landed
look
on
at that.
his shoulder.
He started tugging. Yeah, he tucked that arm. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. Sergio Ramos, look, he came out there. He tucked it.
Ramos does this in every
Ramos
final.
has a very bad habit.
He does this in every final. Now against Atletico Madrid, he scored the goal, right?
90 plus 3.
Against
when he's back.
The Pharaoh is up.
But he's still complaining.
He wants to play this.
Bit of a concern.
It's going to be discomforting.
I'm not actually sure those who would feel the pain more, the Liverpool fans here, those in Liverpool or Egypt.
As a neutral, I want to see good football, and without Salah, I don't think it's going to happen because I don't know who Liverpool are going to.
He came into this game 120% fit.
He's going to give us the same quality as Mohamed Salah.
After 27 minutes, he's 50% fit. Mohamed Salah. Ramos is such an expert.
He knows how to do these things.
And knows who to do them to.
If he can't injure you, he gives you a red card.
Or gives himself red card. He takes one for the team.
Yeah, Douglas Costa did what he did last season. he made sure. Oh, sorry, Cuadrado.
Yeah.
He made sure he gave him a red card for play, you know, and all that. And now he wants to take Salah out.
Well, here they come, Liverpool on the left-hand side. Sadio Mane, still very fit.
Corner kick.
That's not a corner, actually. It's a very silly play from Sadio. Well, seemed like he got the corner, Bimbo, eventually.
It should be a corner kick.
I don't think so.
I think it's a goal kick. I think they awarded a goal kick.
Actually,
I think it
Yeah.
is.
it looks like he got a corner kick in that instance. It
is.
should be a corner kick,
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, it's a corner kick.
Took slight touch,
Yeah,
but
I
actually a
think
heavy
it's
touch.
a
It is a
corner.
corner
It's a
kick,
corner.
a deflection off Danny Carvajal. Well, yes, Liverpool fans, Mo Salah is back on the pitch. And he still doesn't feel too fine.
It's
The
not
corner,
going to be, he's not going to be comfortable.
corner is on the left-hand side. They've got the tall men mentioned. Lovren, Virgil, Sadio, Firmino, Jorginho, who's been man-marked by Danny Carvajal, and Kylian Navas just pleading to the referee.
Oh, wow.
A bit of confusion there. The corner comes in. The goalkeeper punches Claire, and the referee would call for an infringement against the Liverpool player. Well,
Yeah,
eventually what Navas wanted.
Yeah, Jorginho Wijnaldum was right there obstructing the goalkeeper, and he shouldn't have.
It's
Mo
done.
Salah.
He cannot
Mo Salah.
continue.
It is done.
I don't think he can.
He
continue.
cannot continue. He's got his hands on his face, and the players
my word.
is going to shed a tear or two.
Yeah, this is another final we looked at.
It's
You know,
gone,
the
it's
Europa
This is
League
so
final.
annoying.
The Europa League final saw Dimitri Payet choose between the Europa League final and the World Cup, and he's not
This
playing
is
at the
so
World Cup.
annoying.
We also saw Manchester United tread carefully in the FA Cup by not playing Romelu Lukaku for 90 minutes and just brought him in. So that one chose the World Cup over the FA Cup, and now at this point,
A bit concerned,
It's-
but for the
it's-
World
yeah,
Cup
it's for the
too,
World
because
Cup at the
we're
moment
talking
now.
about a
Another
shoulder.
final.
He's crying,
Oh,
actually.
my
It's a,
word, this
it's
is
a
so
terrible sight.
annoying.
I can't even feel my... Somehow I've got
Now-
goosebumps because it's... Even as commentators, you want the best players to stay on the pitch. It makes the
Yeah.
job easier for you.
Yeah.
Everyone coming to have a tap on his amazing face.
Oh,
the
you
Liverpool
can see
fans,
the fans.
hands
This
on
is so
head.
annoying.
Jurgen Klopp is going all emotional. The tears would refuse to
And
drop.
Sergio Ramos has gotten away with this again.
No yellow card, and
That
that
was
is...
Nothing.
that was
if
tactical.
you want to
Take
take
him
a
out.
player off, you need a red card to do
Adam
that.
Lallana is
out.
coming on.
Yeah, that was very
You know,
tactical.
as a neutral,
golfing
I
class.
just want to see
The
good
golfing
football.
class between Lallana and Salah, with all due respect to Adam Lallana.
And look at and the camera pans to him.
Sergio Ramos.
El
I've
Diablo.
done it. I've done it.
He's
I've done
won,
it.
I mentioned, a major European trophy
El Diablo.
at this
look
same
at him.
stadium. He played for Spain when they won European Championship in 2012. He's successfully, emphasis, successfully taken out Liverpool's kingpin. The man whose shoulder the Champions League trophy rested on coming into this game.
Shoulder's gone.
His shoulder is gone.
It's gone.
And he's not even going to sit on the bench. He cannot even look at the stadium.
See the way he's going
If
down.
he had Sergio Ramos on speed dial, he's going to delete his number completely. Hopefully this doesn't affect him for the World Cup, because June 4 is the deadline.
That's my prayer. It's not even about the Champions League final.
How does he not get to play the World
You know,
Cup?
that's,
Yeah.
I hope he plays in the
I
World
can't
Cup.
even imagine
I
that.
can't
Yeah, I
imagine
really hope
Salah.
he plays in the World Cup.
And you play back that Arabic commentary when he was about to score that penalty and the commentator went on. Oh, Salah is out, Lallana is on. What does this do to Liverpool, Bimbo?
I don't honestly,
It's incredible.
I don't know.
Who writes scripts like this? Football is, Fergie described it perfect. Bloody hell. There's no way anyone foresaw Salah being the first substitute in this game.
Liverpool
It's
have not.
incredible.
Liverpool have not survived all season without Salah.
Unbelievable.
All I would say this all season. The moment he was taken off against Manchester City, they fell. They were flat.
The same thing that happened.
Salah
in
was
the Roma
injured.
game.
Exactly. Salah
Yeah.
was injured, you know, and
And look at this now. Liverpool are now.
now
This
this
could
is
be the
it.
open up. Madrid with a pass. It's Luka Modric. Well, somehow it's not going to be for him. It's a deflection of a Liverpool player. They feel at ease now, Real Madrid.
Now
Yeah.
you see the way Marcelo will be
Yes,
living
but
in Liverpool's
I'm
own house.
telling
He
you.
will live there now.
I'm telling you.
Build a camp in that site. You know, and that's what happens. Lallana cannot do anything.
I'm
He's
I'm very disappointed in this outcome.
I
I'm
apologize
very,
to
very
those on
disappointed.
YouTube. If you just saw my gesticulation, it wasn't intentional. It was directed at Sergio Ramos. He's made this game partially one-sided because now Madrid are beginning to hold on to possession.
See Marcelo. See where Marcelo is.
Yeah.
Marcelo is in the half of Liverpool.
It's
No
Madrid.
Salah again.
You know, because initially, what this is going to what this is going to do initially is going to have an initial effect. First, the team will be deflated and they'll be downcast. For like the first 5 minutes, they won't be able to, kick it, put two passes together they will be jittery, and that is exactly what is happening.
I'm not even a fan, and I feel defeated.
Exactly. Nothing has changed. It's still 11 men, and you know, no disrespect to Lallana, he's also a good footballer, but you know, this is your best player this season, and he's not on the field. He's going to have an initial knock-on effect, and that is exactly. I mean, Real Madrid have not been this prolific, this effective, this intelligent in 24 minutes, and now all of a sudden they seem so majestic. They are putting parties together. You know, they are living in Liverpool's half. You know, just because Salah is gone, and
you know, once again, this takes me back to the Europa League. Dimitri Payet got injured, and that was the end. Atletico Madrid came all out, and they got all the goals they needed, won the game comfortably. You know, there's that effect of, you know, a team that has a player. It's just like Real Madrid. If Cristiano Ronaldo was the one who was injured, that's the end. Panic. You know, that's still the end. You know, it has that effect in the head of the teams, and that's where Liverpool are. Liverpool now are playing like they lost one man. So it's like they're playing 10 against 11, because we know the strength of this Real Madrid side. They are wing backs. The same strength that Liverpool has in their own wing backs, Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Real Madrid have it in Carvajal and Marcelo, especially Marcelo. Now there is no Salah, so Marcelo is free to roam that whole left wing. Now there's a problem for Liverpool.
There's a huge problem for the Reds that they haven't considered, which means so late for the Liverpool fans. 34 minutes played out there in Kiev. It's Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. If you're just joining the broadcast right here on Nigeria Info, Mohamed Salah, the player who scored 44 club goals in all competitions this season, dragged off the pitch by Sergio Ramos. On replay, I think they should stop showing that on replay. It just disturbs the mind. It's like a horror flick, and the Liverpool fans can concord. Seeing Salah shed a tear, not for losing the Champions League final, but for not being able to help Liverpool win the final. It's heartbreaking to say the least. And Sergio Ramos, who's already won this competition,
Who's that?
looks like he's crying.
What's the problem?
He's actually crying.
Carvajal is crying.
He's actually crying.
What's the problem?
That's finished.
He's injured too, because he missed most of the knockout phase due to injury. He was rushed into the final. It's going to be 2 substitutions at halftime.
Yes, and
What's going
Forced
on?
substitutions, by the way, and typical of managers to cover their mouths when trying to dish out tactics. Easy substitution, you've got to say.
Nacho.
Looking at the Madrid bench, Lucas Vasquez, Nacho Fernandez.
Nacho is like for like. Maybe not as adventurous as
Robertson
Carvajal.
doing the job, dragged him
he
off
hurt
to...
himself.
Did he hurt himself?
He was doing back in.
Yeah, and he got himself hurt.
yeah, he landed awkwardly.
So it wasn't Robertson?
No, it wasn't Rob. Robertson didn't touch him.
He did a back heel, and then he landed awkwardly, you know, on his ankle. So
you know how people say, oh, it's just football. Look at the emotion the players are displaying. Just simply by being injured. Look at Salah, how upset he was. Look how devastated. He didn't even move. As soon as Isco hit the floor, he started shaking. It's not just for them. It's not just about football.
This is life.
Obviously,
it's the Champions League final.
These are fathers.
Well, he's not going to be permitting the Red Cross.
Oh no!
It's incredible. This is not the World Tears Day.
It's
because
the Champions League final. You want to
jazz.
read.
That's Piliqueta's jazz is working.
He's part of the Spanish squad.
They did. He's not in the team. So
like everyone mentioned, it's going to be Nacho Fernandez.
Yeah, you know, Nacho comes in, but in the Spanish national team, as we got out doing like this.
That's right back.
Oh,
Cesar. He just won the FA Cup for Chelsea. So substitution confirmed. First one. We've seen 2 men cry with similar beard shape.
Yeah.
One was Mo Salah, took off with so much straight to the dugout, and now aided by 2 physiotherapists. It's going to be Nacho Monreal on for Liverpool's, I beg your pardon, Madrid's Danny Carvajal. And even the Madrid fans are applauding him.
So many levels, bad timing.
The World Cup, I think this year is actually for the World Cup, because in his heart he believes the boys on the pitch can do the job for him. Yeah. So it's the World Cup tears.
I think for the Carvajal, I think his is more World Cup.
For Salah, the Champions League.
I have a feeling Salah will be ready for the World Cup.
This is shoulder. Yeah. You know, this is ankle. This is the ankle of Carvajal. It's different. Salah might be able to make it to the World Cup. Maybe Salah is just crying for the Champions League.
No, too far.
Maybe Salah is crying for the Champions League.
I think Salah is more for
it's more of the Champions League than the World Cup. But Carvajal is crying for the World Cup. He knows it's the ankle. It's going to be very difficult
for him to recover. 2 weeks the list to get back to full fitness. It's still goalless out there in Kiev. Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0. 2 substitutions. Salah off for Lallana. Nacho on for Carvajal. All forced substitutions. Modric close to the centre circle. A reminder, Madrid are playing from right to left, Liverpool attacking from left to right. It's the Champions League final going down in Kiev. Madrid's 31st UEFA final and Liverpool's 20th UEFA final. Benzema on the left hand side, rolls down to Cristiano. It's an infield pass to find Luka. It was actually Toni Kroos and eventually Nacho. And now it's the man I mentioned, Luka Modric. Nacho. Just quick interchange of passes between the Madrid players on the right hand side.
Is on mark.
It's Isco. Back to Nacho. Now Isco. On the right hand side for Madrid here with the possession. Rafael Varane finds the captain, Sergio Ramos. He's got support on the left hand side. Ignores Toni Kroos. Back to Rafael Varane. He's got Nacho on the right hand side. Gives it to him. He's going to turn and try to do something intelligent with the ball. Eventually finds support on the left hand side. It could be Luka Modric with a cross into the penalty area. It's still Modric. But somehow it's deflected off by Jorginho, while Virgil van Dijk for a corner kick. As the camera lens still pans on the Thierry Madrid right back, Dani Carvajal. When men cry is the caption for this Champions League first half. And well, he's been left alone to walk down to the dugout all by himself. Not a happy first 38 minutes. But a corner to Madrid from the right hand side. It's taken it a short one. Luka Modric return. Not to go with the left foot. Finds Marcelo.
I told you Marcelo has a house now.
There's a defensive midfielder now,
free reign over that territory now.
Still Marcelo.
It's a landlord now.
Well, the cross is near perfect. Benzema hoping for the connection. Gets it to his thigh. Breaks it down. It could be Isco. Runs it infield. Toni Kroos back to Isco. Turns to the left inside. Finds Benzema. Now it's Isco. Great skill there from the Spaniard. Well, unsuccessful in that attempt. And it's Jorginho Wijnaldum. Fights Milner. But a cut back is intercepted. It's going to be a throw to Liverpool on the right hand side.
Very impotent attack Liverpool have now. It was like a front three. Now it's a front two. You can see Firmino and Mane now. They are clustered in the center, trying to make room for the runners from the right and the left. Adam Lallana on the right and James Milner on the left. Jordan Henderson, trying to do what he does. The anchor man for Liverpool. He stops and starts plays for Liverpool. He stops you from moving. And the moment he gets the ball, he starts it already. And Sergio Ramos is at it again.
He wants to take
Ramos wants to take out the entire Liverpool team again. Trying to lock Mane's arm.
He's trying to do. That's if I can't get you on the leg, I do the arm lock. He's now a wrestler.
He's a legend, Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, but at this point, the odds now favor Real Madrid more than Liverpool. You would say it's 1-1 in terms of injuries, but who got injured is the question. A more influential player in Liverpool, and maybe just a little influential from Real
because
Madrid.
in all fairness, I think Carvajal is big deal.
Yeah, that's why I said a little influential.
In comparison to Salah's influence. And Ronaldo, who's been isolated in this game, and the flag from the assistant referee. Well, Cristiano is the man for the big occasion. What a pass that was. Sadio Mane chasing the ball down to the right-hand side. He's going to get the ball. He gets it in play. Great skill to go past Sergio Ramos exquisitely. And sends in the cross with his left foot. The control is near perfect, but it's Luka Modric. Brilliant from Modric. What a player he is. And now it's Ronaldo on the left-hand side. He's going to play it to bits. Dejan Lovren is going to go with so much ease. Turns to the right-hand side. Rolls it infield. It's a terrible pass from Ronaldo. Intercepted easily by Milner.
Madrid have been quite uncoordinated today so far, from my observation.
Well, it's an opportunity for whoever wins this game to come up against Atletico Madrid. The Super Cup date at the Italian's Liculila Stadium. It's one stadium I had to memorize the pronunciation. That fixture will go down on the 15th of August this year. Marcelo with a pass. The cut back is good. Ronaldo tries to strike, but cut out short there by Henderson. It's Modric.
He's also thinking about the World Cup. I think he let fly. He'll find his leg in Oshoji.
Possibly. Benzema. Luka Modric. And arguably Madrid's best player in this game so far. Finds Carvajal. He's out now. Nacho in that instance. Rafael Varane. Also going to be part of the World Cup for the French national side. Sergio Ramos will captain the Spanish national team, except something dramatic happens. Varane, Casemiro, right in the centre circle, rolls it to the left-hand side to find Toni Kroos, who's back with possession. Right in the centre circle, sends a loop to the right-hand side. Great control there. Surprisingly, of all humans, it's actually, well, Nacho who tries to do something tangible. The cross might come through, eventually does. Ronaldo!
Oh!
And it's not going to count. Well, Ronaldo's header was saved by the goalkeeper. Benzema with a follow-up. And just when you thought Madrid had found something, the flag from the official on the right-hand side snuffs out that celebration.
Yeah.
He was also
Oh, the flag was for Ronaldo.
It was Ronaldo, not even Benzema.
Roscoe didn't take the flag up when Ronaldo headed the ball. He actually, and the Madrid players on the bench, a Jurgen Klopp celebrating that goal.
Yeah, because you can't have a Dejan Lovren and Virgil van Dijk and Cristiano Ronaldo who's winning headers as easy as that. Of course, we know he has that leap, he has
I was wondering what he was talking about. Yes.
You know, but I mean, you already know that Cristiano Ronaldo in recent times has been using more of his head than his leg.
Was that a good call? Was that a good
Yeah,
call?
it was.
Yeah.
It was for
Ronaldo was offside.
Ronaldo was off.
Yeah,
Benzema wasn't, but Ronaldo was.
It's a great call from the assistant referee. Calls like that, you don't want to make a mistake in the Champions League final. We are live on YouTube. Keep your comments coming through. But this is Madrid playing from right to left. Unsuccessful in that attempt by Rafael Varane. It's played back, but it's a terrible pass, and somehow the referee. And Isco is really angry because the top possession should have been.
Yeah, advantage. The referee should have allowed game to go on. What was it? Wow.
So the Serbian referee, fourth official in last season's Champions League, is in charge of this one, his major final. Marcelo on the left-hand side, rolls the ball to Benzema, getting close. Well, and still Marcelo, but eventually, and it's snuffed out easily by the Liverpool back line. Great skill there from Wijnaldum to connect to Sadio Mane. Mane back to Jorginho, and now it's. He was going to let Sadio Mane run his socks off. The Senegalese not interested. 45 minutes played. Who would have thunk?
I'm so nervous for Liverpool right now. The exit of Salah is a game changer and a half. It's going to be quite difficult for them now. But let's see if they will step up.
Possibly just before half time. The volley!
No, side netting.
And it's side netting from Nacho Fernandez.
And the barrage of attacks from this Real Madrid side, it's not going to stop. I mean, it shows you how influential. It wasn't the defender that left Liverpool. It was a striker, but the key figure, the reason Liverpool are where they are, you know, is off. And Real Madrid are playing like Liverpool are one-man short. And you can see the attack; it's coming
3 minutes,
back to back. And you feel if they don't get that goal this half, the second half it will be worse. Once again, like I said, if a player like Gareth Bale walks onto this pitch, Liverpool would have it hot.
Yeah, they're going to be in trouble. And I don't know. I just do not want to be Jurgen Klopp right now because honestly I don't know
How
what
they
is
plan for something
yeah,
like this.
I don't know what he's going to have to tell them. I don't know how he's going to do it. You know, a look at that bench and you're not so inspired.
Nothing,
from
Bimbo, nothing is on that bench.
There's nothing inspiring on that bench. There's nothing.
Is it Sri Lanka?
You know, there's
Emre
nothing.
Can is downcast. He's been left out of the German squad to the World Cup. Well, Dominic Solanke yet to find his identity. They do have Moreno. But again, like we mentioned, well, Liverpool came in with just 11 players.
If Moreno was so fantastic, Robertson should not be starting ahead of him, you know, with all the years of experience he's supposed to have. So, and I think that's one thing Liverpool need to work on next season because they, what Liverpool have at best is the first is a first 13, maybe a first 13. They don't even have a first 16.
I think they have a first 12.
Yeah, maybe a
They
first
just have
12.
one extra.
Yeah.
That just comes in to change things.
So he really needs to get some quality on the bench, some real squad players who will not be afraid. And you know the fact that they lost Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, will have been a better sub in this game.
Well, 3 minutes, like Adam mentioned, displayed by the fourth official. We've seen two exhausted. Well, in the final 60 seconds, Madrid with the possession. Isco on the left-hand side. It can't be players for fun. So much skill from the Spaniard. It's going to be a free kick. No, says the referee. Sadio Mane dispossessing And it's Firmino now who hardly has performed in this game. And the ball goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw to Real Madrid to be taken quickly by Marcelo. Oh, he wanted a long throw, decides to just make it a bit short for Benzema, who sends all the way to his teammate from France, Raphael Varane. Former teammate?
He's no longer in the
national
anthem.
No. Former teammate, if you may.
After he did that Valbuena this thing.
Interesting stuff. Benzema, Isco, Marcelo. Final seconds in this half. It's still goalless. It could change within seconds. Benzema left for space. He strikes! Oh! And the goalkeeper, well, he really got that angle covered, but that was quite an...
Why did anyone come at him?
An intent from Karim Benzema. Had acres of moments to decide what to do. Saw the goalkeeper and tried his effort. On replay again, that goal by Benzema. Right goal from the assistant. Ronaldo with a header. Looked like when it got touch of the ball, it was parallel with Benzema.
Yeah, but at the time the ball was released, it was offside.
Ref didn't raise the flag on time, I think.
Everyone's talking about the offside, call and all that. I think Loris Karius did a fantastic job
to keep out Ronaldo.
Save that shot. Yes, even if Ronaldo scored, it was going to be off. But
was Ronaldo's header Benzema's follow-up?
Yeah,
another
fantastic
injury,
reflex.
guys.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay, those are his head-to-head.
At least it's Casemiro. And it's Roberto Firmino.
Two Brazilians. Probably going to the World Cup.
Both actually going to the World Cup. So what's the battle for?
No battle.
Strange things happening in this Champions League final. It was supposed to be decided in 90 minutes based on the style of play that we might have 120 minutes to contend.
This is the first time in a long while we're seeing a Champions League final before the World Cup, and that's why it's this tense, because people are either thinking of the World Cup or thinking of the final.
We cannot think of nothing but to applaud this gladiators. They've given us a defeating first 45 without goals, to say the least. We're full of talking points. It all started with Mohamed Salah's injury. No thanks to Sadio, Sergio Ramos. And then came Dani Carvajal's turn. No contact from Robertson. But after a breathless first 45, the two teams will go into the break knowing a second 45 is all they have to do to ensure we don't have a ball fest. But what is going down at the Federal Palace Hotel, a goal fest. Keep your comments coming through. It's halftime out there at the Olympic Stadium in Kiev. Real Madrid 0, Liverpool 0.
Hi, my name is Tunji Andrews, and I run the SME show on 99.3 Nigeria Info every Monday at 10 a.m. You see, every second Monday of the month, we have what we call the Pitch It Mondays, where if you're an entrepreneur, you have a business idea, but you need investment into your business, you're able to pitch it to investors who will be with me in the studio. You'll be able to pitch your ideas in 45 seconds or less. And if you can catch their attention, you get the critical investment you need into your business. So rehearse what you're going to say, make sure you're able to catch their attention in 45 seconds or less, you might get that investment into your business.
Hi guys, my name is Tolulope Adeleru Balogun. I currently host Morning Crossfire. I'm here to tell you that you have to get your PVC. Your permanent voter's card is your power, and in your hand you hold the power to make any necessary change that you want in Nigeria. Please participate, because elections are not the end of democracy and governance. The highest office in the land is the office of the citizen. You and I are citizens of Nigeria. Get your PVC. Your PVC, your voice.
Hi, I'm Tunji Andrews, and this is 1,000 Naira notes. To some people, this represents a meal, or a few bottles of beer. To other people, this is 4 units of Dangote Cement shares or 21 units of GT Bank stock. Or the startup capital needed to start that pure water business. Whoever you are and whatever your needs might be, we have you covered on the Money Business and Economy Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info, weekday mornings at 9 a.m. 'Cause it's not really the amount of money that matters. It's usually what you do with it. Cheers. Hi, I'm Tunji Andrews, and this is 1,000 Naira notes. To some people, this represents a meal or a few bottles of beer. To other people, this is 4 units of Dangote cement shares or 21 units of GT Bank stock, or the stats and capital needed to start that pure water business. Whoever you are and whatever your needs might be, we have you covered on the Money Business and Economy Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info, weekday mornings at 9 a.m. Cause it's not really the amount of money that matters. It's usually what you do with it. Cheers.
In Kiev, bringing you live commentaries on the nation's premier talk news and sports radio station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Well, an incredible half in Kiev, goalless, that you should know, but 2 substitutions, 1 to Liverpool. Against all expectations, Salah taking off, and Danny Carvajal somehow just couldn't complete the first 45. It's still goal fest celebration, so we're trying to connect with our guys out there. If you can listen to me, Buchi, please check him more, as they say. I'm Emmanuel Etim. There's the professor in the studio, our special guest who's been taking all of our fans on YouTube, particularly Abdullahi Adeyinka, who's fallen in love with Ada in the studio. She's here, by the way, Ada from Lekki, joining the coverage. All right, yeah, finally we have the guys. Hello, Buchi.
Hello, Emmanuel.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you clear and loud, yes.
Emmanuel, it has been so emotional here. Crazy, because a minute ago, the Influencers Award was given to the late Deji Tinubu. It was so emotional here. Everybody was like kind of in tears. We stepped up and like give him a good glory for like 1 minute. Rest in peace, Deji Tinubu. It has been so good apart from that. Emmanuel, currently right now, we are live with the Super Eagles. Odion Igalo is live on Skype. And we are currently watching him right now. He's talking to us, telling us about the experience. They said they just left from Uyo to Port Harcourt. Where they'll be facing Congo on Monday. So hopefully Chidebe will be covering for us. But right here, we're seeing Odion Igalo live on Skype. Everybody's kind of listening to him. I think he's kind of talking sense. But the focus right now, he's on that Champions League final. The man that I call Alex too is right here with me. Before I go to Alex, let's give a little thoughts about that Champions League. Emmanuel, it has been so tough. Ramos, man on a mission. He took out Salah. What crying day. Salah cried, Carvajal cried, but the goal is not crying right now. And hopefully in the second half, we get to like see more chances there. The man of my call. How far now?
Yeah, I did, Buchi. Fantastic atmosphere here. The first half of the Champions League final. It's over already as we speak, and a fantastic atmosphere. When the game started, it felt like we were live in Kiev, but you know, we're here, Go Fest 2018, and like it started, fantastic. Deji Tinubu, we've given respect to him. I won the award, and fantastic one. Emmanuel, has been an interesting game in the first 45 minutes. We're enjoying ourselves. We're here at the Femi and the gang stand here, and we're doing what we can do. We're watching the Super Eagles live now on Skype. A lot of fans here in the Triple field, and we can see Johnny Gallo on screen now, chatting with us via Skype. Femi Obong is the boss, he's doing a great job connecting with the players. And Elderson Ochejile now is trying to pass a message to the fans, and the fans are waving at Elderson Ochejile. And fantastic, Buchi. I think, Emmanuel, this has been a great goal fest. Buchi, it's been a great goal fest. We've seen, fantastic play. Madrid have done what they can do. Liverpool have done their best also. I think the first 45 minutes have ended well. But the worrying sign is the fact that Mo Salah, went up injured, and he was crying. I think it's more of the World Cup on his mind rather than the UEFA Champions League final. And you get the feeling for Real Madrid. Bad one, sad one for Danny Carvajal, walking off injured. Emmanuel, this goal fest 2018 has been electric from the start and to the midpoint and the halftime of the game. I here with Buchi Labalaba were catching and lapping all the excitement. I'll give it over to Buchi.
Emmanuel, are you still there?
Yes, I am,
yes,
sir.
So, Emmanuel, the communication between us and the Super Eagles player, Echechile and Odione Gallo. Emmanuel.
I can hear you, man.
If anybody talks say money no good.
What's it cause money and interview?
The football over, but if anybody talks say money no good. These guys are looking so fresh in so many ways. But Emmanuel, the second half is about to start. I can't wait for it, man. 2 players are out, and let's see what will happen in the second half. Emmanuel, Madrid to win this.
But for me, Emmanuel, before you go, I would like to chip in something. Mo Salah is out, but you get the feeling I will see an epic second 45. Don't forget, in the FIFA, the Euro 2016, Ronaldo walked off crying, injured, but Portugal went on to win that final. You just get the feeling Liverpool might be doing the same thing tonight because Mo Salah, the star player, is off.
All right.
But I think it has been fantastic.
Okay, we'll get back to you guys at full time and have fun, Alex.
All right.
Appreciate you, our guys who are live at GoFest. The second 45 is on the way. Just so you know, still goalless, Ada. Just want to get your expectations for the second half.
Like I've been saying, the exit of Musala is going to be a big problem for Liverpool. Real Madrid now immediately became more confident. Marcelo had free reign over both sides of the pitch. So it's going to be a tough ask now for they're still 11 on 11, right? But when you lose such a key player who has performed so well all season, this was like the final night, and this happens. It's going to be very tough for Liverpool. I really hope that they step up. I really hope they at least put that behind them and focus on the task at hand.
And for you, Namdi?
Well, we know that as you think of personnel on the pitch, Real Madrid have better players. But for Liverpool, they have to dig deep. They have to be passionate and aggressive to be able to win. So it has to come from the heart now. You know, Salah is out. There's nothing they can do about it. The other players have to step up. Stepping up not meaning they are going to be at par with the Real Madrid players, but stepping up because they have the will. The Liverpool side in 2005 that beat AC Milan were nothing close to that AC Milan side. But what they did was they dug deep in the second half and they made sure they dragged themselves back. Now we are talking like Real Madrid are already leading, you know, but it's not the case. But you feel, you know, if the game keeps going this way, Real Madrid would score. And if Real Madrid scores, then there's going to be a very big problem, you know. But Liverpool have to dig deep to get this goal if they want to win the game.
Well, it's Liverpool who are digging deep, should I say. Madrid this time. The second 45 means alterations of positions. Madrid are playing from left to right now, and Liverpool from right to left. They can get the opener! It's the upright! Somehow, Isco, how unfortunate can you get? His volley hitting the upright, and Liverpool can heave aside. That could have been the opener. It was too easy. Looked the ball beyond the goalkeeper. But the crossbar said no. This game stays goalless. What a miss that was from Isco.
And Sergio Ramos was in the box of Liverpool. That's to show how comfortable they are, but this corner kick comes in.
It's a corner taken by Toni Kroos this time. It's headed out easily by a Liverpool player to Marcelo. On the left-hand side, he finds Isco, who missed the opportunity. Rolls it down to Benzema. His cross infield. Eventually cleared out by Jorginho Wijnaldum.
Bude, that's what they call that one. That thing, while we used to play ball on the street, is called Bude.
So much pressure. But again on replay, Isco let the ball beyond the goalkeeper, but the crossbar just prevented.
That was 1-0.
Yeah, it looked more like it.
Yeah, Liverpool can't continue giving those many chances. Real Madrid will convert. Now imagine that was Ronaldo and not Isco. That's definitely a goal, I'll tell you. 9 out of 10. It's funny. I said dig deep, not sit deep. You know, that's what we say. Liverpool are sitting deep rather than digging deep. Adam Lallana is nowhere close to Mohamed Salah. We can see that the Liverpool side are struggling. They need to get goals. They need to push forward. I think that aggression has died. We are not seeing that again. But like I said, I don't know how they're going to get the goal. But if they're going to do it, they need to do it quick.
Firmino has been too quiet. Now that Salah is off, he needs to now step up in a big way. He is the striker, not Salah. So Firmino needs to wake up from that slumber that he was at 45 minutes ago and step up to the occasion. They need him, and he needs to wake up like now.
Well, Robertson almost gave away possession, but aided by Henderson to regain it. Liverpool from right to left, Madrid from left to right of our monitoring device. You're listening to Nigeria Info FM 99.3. Marcelo clipped there on the left-hand side. He's down.
I don't agree with that decision.
Well, he's holding his shin. Nothing really troubling for Firmino.
Another Brazilian to Brazilian.
Well, that called upon him to make his presence felt.
He just did that.
And he just did exactly what you said, but...
He needs to. He needs to.
I keep talking out to show you something.
Because their top scorer essentially is off the pitch.
Yeah,
so
true.
Firmino needs to step up. Mane needs to step up.
Well, Abdullahi Adeyinka, not sure you're just enjoying the broadcast. Somehow you are overly falling in love with Ada, from the team she supports straight to saying your analysis is damn sweet.
It's very sweet, Ada. Say the analysis looks like you. Yeah, that's what he said.
All right, so she's blushing actually, but we cannot see it.
Oh! Karim Benzema!
I apologize. Ada walked right behind me. I took my eyes off the monitoring device, and the moment you blink, you miss. Karius must have gifted Benzema.
Yes.
But the good thing is, as radio commentators, you have the benefit of the replay. Madrid lead by a goal to nil. No one actually. It's a loss. Miscommunication. It's got to be something demonic befalling the Liverpool players early in the second half. Loris Karius. Madrid fans are crying, but this time happy tears. Karius doesn't understand the language. He's speaking to himself. Jurgen Klopp is mute. Benzema is celebrating. On replay again, it started from the midfield. The same player. Well, it was actually a lob. The goalkeeper got hold of the ball.
Ah! Oh! Schoolboy error! Schoolboy error!
Ladies and gentlemen, it was an assist from Karius to Benzema. That's the perfect way to describe this. Got hold actually of the ball. Tried to roll the ball through. Somehow saw Benzema with his white attire. The most obvious color in the world.
Oh my word.
White is even more obvious than black. And someone decided to help him out in a Champions League final.
This is the stupidest Champions League final goal I've ever seen. And I've been watching Champions League finals since 1993.
Karius was possessed.
And this is the
he was
stupidest I've
possessed
ever
by
seen.
demons
Now
that
I
I don't know actually.
Now I know why he's not going to the World Cup. I mean, this is silly. It wasn't a free kick. If it was a free kick, then that's a yellow card to Karim Benzema. But you held on to the ball.
And it was complaining to the referee.
And you're trying to throw it in front of the player. Of course, this is what we're saying. You know, familiar territory and unfamiliar territory. This is what it is. Experience. Real Madrid have done this over time, over and over and over. This is the third time they want to win it in quick succession. And they understand the workings. You can't be a professional player and not know that that is not a foul. That is not a foul. The ball came back to you. You held onto the ball. Like I said, it wasn't a free kick. Just hold on to the ball and make Benzema go back. Then you throw it.
Look at Ramos. Look at Ramos. Ramos should be ashamed of himself. What is that?
He does this over. That was what he did to Juan Cuadrado last year.
What is that?
And Cuadrado got sent off.
I'm a happy man. It was Ramos.
Why has Ramos not been booked?
Go ahead, people.
I have just one thing to say to him. Keep it up.
All right. Well,
we spoke off camera, off the mic.
Yes.
He should keep it up. Egyptian fans are waiting for him.
Well, I think Mane will be. I beg your pardon. Mohamed Salah should be, but that goal still.
I don't care about Ramos.
It's out of a horror. It's a horror flick.
How?
91% accuracy for Madrid, 78 to Liverpool. They've completed 358 passes after Mo Salah got substituted. Liverpool just 198 it seems. But Real Madrid lead in the Champions League final, and it does pay, to come early to the party. In previous UEFA Champions League finals, 18 of the 24 teams that scored first went on to lift the trophy. Jurgen Klopp.
That's a moving volcano. That's a moving volcano.
If he actually could walk onto the pitch and punch Karius, he could have done that.
You can see the face. You can see the it's all over his face. Like, how did that just happen?
If you want to consider Champions League goal, shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't be that way.
I'm sorry, my mouth is still on the floor. I can't believe that's the kind of goal a keeper is conceding in a final. My jaw is still on the ground. I can't believe my eyes.
Well, it's Sadio Mane for Liverpool. They will try to find a way back in this one. And it was almost going to connect with Femi. The cross from the left-hand side. It was really close. Keylor Navas. It was Milner with the cross into the penalty area. Right in the 6-yard box. No, it was actually a flick header from Rafael Varane.
All they did, all contact, all any contact, anything, and the ball would have gone in.
Oh, and I like to see Keylor Navas be fair play, because he could easily have stamped on the Liverpool player.
And that
if that was Sergio Ramos, could have done that.
He'll stab on him and be like, oh,
the corner taken by Liverpool on the right-hand side. It's in the penalty area. Headed down!
Yes.
The Senegalese
area ball, corner kick, bam.
It's the equaliser. It's come less than 2 minutes after they went to go down. Ronaldo caused it in 10 different languages. Sergio Ramos replicating. But it's the Reds who have found a way back without their star man. But he's one of the star men. Part of the Three Wise committee. And does his typical celebration. Karius rescued momentarily. Yes. It's Real Madrid 1, Liverpool 1.
I'd love to see, the camera show us Jurgen Klopp's reaction to that goal. I'm sure it would be something very, very robotic and animated. But look
Such
at
an athletic figure, Salah. Bigger pardon, Mane.
Lovren.
Was Lovren with the assist. And the finest of touch from Sadio Mane. And the cameras eventually, yes, one had to pan on Jurgen Klopp. But his fist, it's been a bit violent with the celebration, Jurgen.
I had called for Mane and Firmino to step up. They've done exactly that. So this game on, essentially now, 1-1. It's delicately poised. As one of your colleagues likes to say.
Luis Carlos put them in this position. Imagine if he had not done that. This 1-0.
No, Madrid don't like to have teams score them. It's Cruz. Try to be a bit slicky with the pass there. 56 minutes, 2 goals already.
4 minutes apart.
That tells you the competitive nature of this fixture. Ronaldo yet to come to the party. Go ahead, Namdi.
Yeah, and that was intentional from Liverpool. The outswinger from James Milner. He made sure he got to either that space where Virgil van Dijk and Lovren were. And Lovren knew he couldn't score from that position, so he made it diagonal. And that was the run from Mane, who just tapped in. Not so easy, like I just said, tapped in. But, I mean, Liverpool needed to do something. They knew putting the ball on the ground wasn't going to work, so they had to put it in the air.
Ronaldo with his stutter steps on the left-hand side. Easily dealt with by the Liverpool back line of Dejan Lovren. It's going to be a throw. Just a reminder that Benzema got the first goal for Madrid.
They found their voice.
And Liverpool fought back. The same thing happened in last season's Champions League. Madrid scored. Mandzukic equalized. We know the eventual outcome. This is a different opposition. 5 Champions League trophies up against 12. It's Isco. Rolls it back to the right-hand side to find Nacho Hernandez. It's Rafael Varane. Finds the captain, Sergio Ramos. It's going to be talked about in days to come.
For the wrong reasons again, as usual.
If you're not a Madrid fan, yes, for the wrong reasons. Marcelo, terrible back heel, but kept in play by Benzema, the goal scorer number 1. And almost unfortunate play. The referee allowed play to carry on. That should be a free kick to Liverpool.
Because Mane picked his pockets.
The referee didn't give that.
The referee said play on.
He did say play on, actually. Incredible stuff. So it's going to be a throw to Real Madrid. Taken quickly. Finds captain Sergio Ramos. He's on the left-hand side. The referees asked that the throw be retaken. And this time still the same format. Marcelo to Ramos. And it's going to be cleared out by Casemiro. Great control there by Nacho. Somehow, well, very fortunate, had 2 Liverpool players chasing him down. And eventually it's played all the way back to the goalkeeper, Keylor Navas.
Someone should chase them down.
Yeah, and the pressing has started again from Liverpool.
Yeah, from Liverpool. And they really need to be careful, because that goal seems to have lifted their spirits. And now they're fighting and challenging every ball. But, they shouldn't forget that Ronaldo is still in this game. You might not see him, but when he turns up and he knows,
he's
going to get behind those defenders, and it will be. He might be 33, but he's still got pace on, in his feet. So they really, need to take the anxiety down a notch, and just keep a cool head, and hope that Loris Karius, doesn't get crazy once again.
Sadio Mane doing too much. Has joined the exclusive class of African players who have found a moment to score in a Champions League final. Rabah Maja, the Algerian, Samuel Eto'o, the Cameroonian, and Didier Drogba, the Ivorian. And now we've got a Senegalese. When will a Nigerian actually score in the Champions League final? Question mark. Might take just one more season, maybe two.
Alexi will be next year.
The last now not to the Champions League, so it's going to be hard.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe even Chelsea are not. Unless Victor Moses. Chelsea are
because
not.
those are like likely candidates, but it's not what it is. Now the second 45 up on half. Well, 1 minute. Almost said 1 minute. 1 hour football played. Intensity. Taking the words out of my mouth. 1-1 the scoreline. It's Isco running from the left inside. Rosa infield to find Casemiro. It's Luka Modric now. He's taking his time, looking for what to do with the ball. Eventually he can strike. Ignores that desire. And the cross is in, and the strike! Oh! What a save of Isco from the goalkeeper, Karius.
Himself.
Yeah.
That was a blinding save from Karius, actually, because the strike came right from the 6-yard box. And great turn there from Isco. It was a difficult angle. Even made difficult there by Loris Karius. Toni Kroos to take the corner from the right. It's going to be an outswinger. And goes past everyone. Sadio Mane trying to intercept, but it's back to Toni Kroos on the right.
Offside.
Eventually the assistant flags him for offside. And that substitution Nnamdi has mentioned will eventually come. So it's confirmed. Gareth Bale will replace Isco.
Yep. It was always coming. Gareth Bale, we know he takes those shots from outside the 18. And he also knows how he still has that pace, really, the electric pace. All he needs to do is just allow Liverpool come to them. And once Liverpool come, the counter-attack can be on. And that could create some space with Gareth Bale coming in. It means, I think, more eyes will be on Gareth Bale than Cristiano Ronaldo. And now that means Cristiano Ronaldo is more dangerous now that Gareth Bale is on. The odds still are in favour of Real Madrid. We know that equalizing against them doesn't put them down at all. They still, find a way of doing this. This is the Champions League, and this is where Real Madrid have always been, and they are used to this place.
Oh, some very incredible tackle there from Adam Lallana. If he cannot get the goals, at least he can contribute with the tackles. Liverpool always find it hard to defend against Karim Benzema. Scored 4 goals against them now in the Champions League. More than any other player. Just Didier Drogba has the same number of goals against Liverpool in the Champions League. It's Jorginho Wijnaldum. A reminder, Madrid are playing from left to right, the champions. Liverpool are attacking from right to left. All the way to Karius, the goalkeeper.
You should do it again now.
You can't even try. It's Clarence. Goes past the centre circle. Cut shot there by the ever-present Luka Modric. Finds Marcelo. It's Ronaldo on the left-hand side. Cristiano still with the possession. He's trying to go past 2 players. Finds Marcelo. But the final pass wouldn't lay free Cristiano. But it's still Madrid. Nacho Hernandez. It's Hernandez. But it is Nacho. Well, back to him. Great turn there by Luka Modric. It's Sergio Ramos. Finds Rafael Varane. Tells you what part of the pitch the ball is. Go ahead.
Nacho has been quite impressive. I thought he was worse than what he's doing right now. He's holding on to the ball. He's made some runs into the half of Liverpool. He's done some things that I thought he wouldn't do on a very normal day. Not Carvajal, he's not, but we know that at least he's deputizing and being a very good deputy, unlike Lallana and Salah too. They're not the same.
Gareth Bale! What a goal! Almost out of nothing, an overhead kick. And what Ronaldo can do, he can replicate. Ronaldo did it against Juventus, and I think his was even sweeter.
This is better, far better than Ronaldo's.
Sweeter than Ronaldo's.
This is the goal of the Champions League.
Look at that. My word. And the second half has truly come alive now. We have 2 goals.
Marcelo.
And yes, Marcelo.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Oh, sweet.
2 of Loris Karius will not save that ball. Now that was a goal out of nothing, because I'm sure the cross came in like a harmless cross. And even the bicycle kick came in like as a harmless bicycle kick. But Karius was beaten hands down. In fact, he tried to use his hand and later brought it down and said, look, just watch him. He went with his arm and just brought it down and said, I can't do this, man. I can't do this, man. I mean, and this is it. This is it. This is the soccer punch. This is the soccer punch.
Look at the celebration from Zidane.
And I have been clamoring for Gareth Bale to play in this game, because first of all, this is a player that came from the Premier League. He's played against Liverpool. He knows this Liverpool side, and I've seen Liverpool push up from the defense. I felt Gareth Bale's pace was going to destroy them, not a bicycle kick, and he has done it in style, grand style that is.
Pure football.
And Liverpool respond once again.
Pure football magic that belongs in a different galaxy. It's an incredible scene, and it's left me completely numb and mom and you know, it's incredible. He's just a player with a 4-letter word. Bale. It's not a sensational name to have, but that's a sensational goal in the Champions League final. If the gods are fair, there will be no other goal in this Champions League final. No goal should trump that in the Champions League final. That was remarkable. They can't make it 3. They continue to attack. It's the goal scorer, Gareth Bale. The poor first touch deflects straight to Karius. Benzema's goal was fortunate. Mane's goal was also quite an instinct, but this one, it's incredible. You cannot coach against this. It's Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. And you ask the question like Bimbo did, can they respond? And if they can get one, who says they cannot get a second? But Madrid with the possession now. The goal just does something to the team. A proper Champions League side, Real Madrid, with all due respect to all the other oppositions. They haven't won 12 Champions League titles, not scoring in finals. The last time they failed to score in the finals way back in 1981, the European Cup final, they lost to Liverpool. They ended 1-0 in that instance. That was the last time Madrid failed to score in a Champions League final. And tonight they have 2. One fortunate, the other breathtaking.
You know, Zidane's goal in 2002 in the final has been regarded as like one of the greatest goals of all time. In
the one against Valencia.
Champions League, but now, no, in the
Leverkusen.
Yes, but I think Gareth Bale's final goal might have just eclipsed that. That was incredible.
It left me really quiet, because the words to describe such moments would come after 30 seconds.
Out of nowhere.
Like Nnamdi or Zabimba, who mentioned how harmless the cross of Marcelo seemed, and just somehow it became catastrophic for Liverpool. It's 67 minutes. Finally, the press menu 4 is off. So it's Madrid 2, Liverpool 1.
And I think at this point you get to fear for Liverpool further. Reason being, you know Zidane's next 2 substitutes, Vasquez and Asensio. He never has a defensive substitution. The moment Bale was to come on for Isco and Bale scored this goal, then you feel that, you know, more goals will come, and those goals are not coming for Liverpool, they're coming for Real Madrid, because the moment Vasquez and Asensio walk onto this pitch, then Real Madrid and then Liverpool are in all sorts of trouble. At this point, Real Madrid will toy with them. This reminds me of the Super Cup, Real Madrid versus Manchester United earlier in the season. Real Madrid played nothing but won that game because they know how to play games like this. They've understood that you cannot kill yourself, we'll just win you. You know, and that's what they're doing. Liverpool are running up and down. Real Madrid go forward and they score. Isco has forced the save off Karius. Isco has hit the crossbar. What's his name? Bale like just scored. You know, it's too easy. It's too easy for them. And we felt that the only team that would have been able to stop this Real Madrid side was Barcelona. Unfortunately, Barcelona got knocked out. Liverpool stood no chance.
Like you mentioned, Madrid's European season started with a victory against Premier League opposition Manchester United. It was 2-1. UEFA Super Cup played in Skopje. Lukaku got the goal in that one.
They played Manchester United like they were playing against Dagenham and Redbridge. You know, you bring them out.
Leave my team alone.
You bring them out and you start saying, okay, let's play. You know, Real Madrid, Manchester United, kati. Real Madrid will go and score. We'll do another. You know, that's the same thing we're seeing.
That's how their story has been in the Champions League this season. Real Madrid, a road to final. They came second in the group. They had Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham deciding to top the group. Well, it was going to be unfortunate. I'll talk more about that.
Good.
Sergio Ramos is down. His holding on to his left toe. It's all dramatic, actually. I don't think it's sincerely injured, but he might just be. You never know. Football is funny. Karma, they say, begins with a B and ends with a H.
This one.
Well, Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. We are still live for YouTube. It's a corner to be taken by James Milner. His right-footed. It's going to be an in-swinger to take.
Another one.
It's swung in, and this time Keylor Navas does the job. Punches clear to safety on the left-hand side. That is a brilliant goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. He's hoping to be part of the first set of modern-day footballers to win the Champions League back to back to back. David De Gea, who could have been part of this story, still at Manchester United. Costing the fax machine.
Why?
Maybe not.
United, why?
That decision still hasn't affected his international career. But great skill there from Jorginho. It's now Sadio Mane!
Oh, it's the upright!
Well, it could have been a second for Liverpool. And from the same player who got the first. How unlucky can you get in a Champions League final? Did all he had to do, found the angle right. And it's the upright who wasn't being friendly tonight. Another corner to be taken by Milner. They're mounting the pressure in Liverpool, and it's just a matter of seconds. Madrid might just crack open, and that equalizer might come true. Milner to take. It's an in-swinger. Here's a catch for Keylor Navas.
Now the question is, where's Firmino? I'm seeing a lot of money. You know, you can't leave everything for Sadio Mane playing against Real Madrid.
Firmino has been a disappointment tonight.
If Firmino cannot do it, Solanke should come inside. I mean, you cannot have Solanke play because he's a furniture. Firmino is a furniture on this pitch. He's not doing anything. I've only been seeing Mane. I haven't seen Firmino. So if that's the case, then throw in Solanke and throw out Firmino because he's doing nothing in this game.
72 minutes played at the stadium in Kiev. Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. You're on 99.3 Nigeria info. It's Robertson. Well, Trent Alexander-Arnold actually finds Jorginho Wijnaldum. Couldn't go forward. Decides to send the ball all the way back to look more like Dejan Lovren. It is Lovren. Now it's Henderson. Close to the centre circle. Back to Lovren. Now back to the goalkeeper. Karius. He's got support on the left-hand side. He also does have one on the right. Goes to Roberts. I feel Robertson is a right-footed player, but this time it's Arnold. Virgil van Dijk launches one forward. So much composure from Varane, even more from Ramos to clear, but not beyond the Liverpool red shirt. Madrid regain possession again. It's displayed to the left-hand side. Luka Modric has been quiet for 30 seconds. Now he's coming alive. Cristiano Ronaldo up against Virgil van Dijk. Ronaldo has got support in Benzema. He can't square the ball through Ronaldo, and somehow Virgil with a final touch. And it's going to be a corner to Real Madrid. Well, great composure from the most expensive defender in the world against one-time most expensive player, Cristiano Ronaldo. But it's actually a goal kick because there was no contact there from Virgil van Dijk.
That's unlike Cristiano Ronaldo. We know that whether he has contact or not, he will fall. And he did just fall. He stood his ground. You know, you feel at this point Cristiano feels, I need to get a goal. Yeah. You know, I just want to get a goal.
And the next goal will be crucial.
Yeah.
You can see the cameras pan to him after Gareth Bale scored. You know, as if, you know, they're waiting, you know, for a goal from him. As if, man, we are not through scoring here. Ronaldo hasn't scored in the Champions League final, you know, that kind of stuff. But let's see how all of that pans out. I mean, age is no longer on his side. He's made some needless unforced errors in this game in passing. Yeah. You know, and I think the only good moment we've seen from him was that goal, you know, that got disallowed. So he needs to really, really turn it up.
Well, they're trying to turn things up now. Liverpool coming through on the right-hand side. Well, he hit the arm, and the call will be yelled out by the Liverpool players. Well,
penalty!
They've given it nothing, actually. Nothing.
It wasn't given.
It wasn't going to be given, sadly. Roberto Firmino. I think his hand was in a normal position, actually. Casemiro, if the referee had given it probably, he needed some tutorial. But Madrid, it could be Ronaldo! What a miss from Cristiano Ronaldo. Brilliant defensive play from Robertson.
The Liverpool players are starting to crack. They're getting tired. They're cramping. Yeah, this is going to be long.
You can't help it. They need to go forward because they need to score.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
They need to go forward because they need to score. So there are going to be gaps in that defense for Real Madrid to exploit. So, you know, the tables, the advantage is Real Madrid's now.
Liverpool are starting to crack. These boys are starting to crack
right now. So This is the chance for Madrid to score as many goals. Ronaldo is just, I don't know.
Well, it's a night where he probably needs something, the assurance goal. The next is crucial. Liverpool gets it, the fight back carry-ons. Madrid scores, it's all over. It's a short corner taken by Cruz to find Marcelo. Rolls it infield to Luka Modric. He's going to turn to his left side. Rolls it back to Marcelo on the left-hand side. His cross is good, it's deep. It's in the 60-yard box. Headed downwards there by Sergio Ramos for the second time again. Liverpool can break, but unfortunately, Nacho Fernandez intercepts. And it's going to be a throw to Liverpool. Well, actually, it's a throw to Real Madrid. Probably got the final touch.
You know, you fear for
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Like a foul the referee called on Robertson.
No, you fear for Liverpool because the pace of Ronaldo and Bale now is now the problem. Because on that run it was 2-on-2. You know, 2-on-2, and it's really scary. That pace is electric. And
we haven't seen much of the pace tonight from Cristiano.
No, but more of Bale.
More of Gareth Bale. It's a free kick to be taken by Toni Kroos. Luka Modric standing close. Got practically everyone in the red shirt in their half. It's cheeky, it's flicked back, it's Benzema.
Offside.
It's an offside call against Real Madrid, who, by the way, can become
four of them were offside.
As expected. The winners, like I mentioned, will receive the trophy on the pitch and also book a UEFA Super Cup date against Atletico Madrid, who were in Nigeria 2 days back. Terrible pass, possession gifted to Madrid. On the left-hand side is Cristiano Ronaldo. He can't beat his man. Unsuccessful this time. Brilliant defensive play from Jordan Henderson. The captain leading by example for Liverpool. Roberto Firmino. Body checked in that instance, and it's a foul against Liverpool on Adam Lallana, who's screaming to the assistant and the referee. He's done absolutely nothing since his introduction.
And this one is going to World Cup.
Lallana is going to the World Cup.
Going to the World Cup.
Jack O'Shea will be partying hard. Managers and their perks.
And they expect to win something, I see.
I can't say they are going to win the World Cup.
That's not going to happen. We all know that is not going to happen. So they're not making it past the second round, as usual.
Celebrations already in the stands from Real Madrid faithful. A football team formed in 1902 compared to Liverpool, who were founded in 1892. Madrid are so successful you can't begin to reel out their statistics. Milner to find Robertson. Those drifted infield. Gives it to Henderson. An opportunity now for the Reds to try to break free. Jorginho Wijnaldum. It's a brilliant pass from Wijnaldum to find Milner, and the cross almost getting to the mentioned player, but again Milner with his second opportunity, and this time it's snuffed out for the throw. He's going to take it quickly, no time to waste. He does just that. Finds Robertson on the left hand side. Infield now to Jorginho. Well, it's actually Virgil van Dijk. Henderson now. It's an outswing pass to the right hand side to Trent Alexander-Arnold, whose cross is intercepted by a Madrid player. Back to Henderson now, close to the centre circle on the left hand side. Gives it to Virgil van Dijk. It's Robertson on the left hand side. Infield to the captain Henderson, right at the centre circle. Turns to Milner. Unfortunate for Milner. The pass is terrible. But the referee plays the advantage. It's still Liverpool with the possession. Jurgen Klopp hoping this night will be different. Has lost major European finals 2016, 2013, Europa League and Champions League respectively. But this is Milner. He can do something tangible. He's at the edge. Lack of ideas. Gives possession away. And an opportunity for a breakaway. Somehow again, it's terrible pass in there from the Madridista, Toni Kroos. Very surprising, actually.
Of all people.
It's not something you affiliate with Toni Kroos. Bad passing. Well, Marcelo is the provider. One of the goals. And this time it's all Liverpool now. It's been a bit balanced after that spectacular goal from Gareth Bale. Getting close to the 80th minute. It's 78 minutes played. Real Madrid 2, Liverpool 1. The Reds are coming forward. Well intercepted there. An opportunity can ensue. It's Karim Benzema. Got the first goal in this game. Finds teammate. Toni Kroos is buying his time. There's no need to really rush, he thinks. It's Nacho Fernandez. Finds Luka Modric.
Schema.
Such a player. Beware Nigeria. Beware. But they're taking their time now. The momentum dying down a bit. Still Madrid, who are looking to become the first team to win the 13th Champions League title.
10 more than Manchester United.
United are not the
13 more than Arsenal.
Oh, you didn't need to say that.
I did.
And 12 more than Chelsea, who have just won. But again, respect to Liverpool, the difference isn't that much.
Yeah. That's 8 more.
Respect
so much. Chai.
It's just terrifying what they do to the Champions League. Real Madrid, it's the closest team is AC Milan, and Milan have just 7 Champions League titles.
And they're trying to double it. So once they make it 13, one more to make it double.
And who says they're not going to defend it next season?
Scary, really.
I think something just has to give. If Madrid wins it this campaign, you probably just yank them off the competition next season.
Just for 3 years, just tell them don't come.
They should just find something charity. Shouldn't play competitive football because they are no competition against this Madrid side. Marcelo finds Cristiano. A Brazilian to a Portuguese. He's the best player on the planet according to the Ballon d'Or and of course the FIFA awards. A Champions League medal possibly make it quite easy for him regardless of the performance of Portugal at the World Cup. That's saying Argentina don't go on to win the FIFA World Cup because the competition becomes stiff. Still live on YouTube. Keep your comments coming through. Abdullahi Adeyinka, who's been screaming, saying, Namdi, you said it. Gareth Bale. I'm going to take as many messages as I possibly can. And Aladeye Samuel saying, okay, well, I'm not sure anyone mentioned Serbia. We said Croatia. And I'll go to Mike here from Ikoya. I want Liverpool to win. They've got to score 2 more goals. Or probably 1 and take the game into extra time. Ooh. And most of those who predicted a 3-1 scoreline for Liverpool, it's not going to happen. Just like Naftali Caleb. Well, this is Gareth Bale on the right-hand side. Ronaldo is lurking. It's a near perfect Benzema! Oh! What a save from the goalkeeper, Karius. Wow. A one-handed save off a volley from Karim Benzema. But that pass from Gareth Bale, telepathic to say the least. That's going to be even brilliant on replay again. From all angles, all camera angles.
From
what a pass from Gareth Bale.
Outside of his foot, Gareth Bale.
Taking quickly.
They've come again.
Well, they are attacking from the left. It's the man who got the first goal. He's not too eager to do something. Toni Kroos finds Marcelo. Well, I think that's the right word to use. Gifted by Loris Karius. Even the players were surprised at what happened.
Karius was surprised at what happened.
Sergio Ramos sends the ball all the way back. Madrid with 11 attempts, same number of Liverpool's attempts. 4 on target, 2 for Liverpool. And a yellow card showed to Sadio Mane.
Ramos. Ramos is yet to get a yellow card.
He's yet to get a foul against him in this game. And that yellow card surprisingly goes to Sadio Mane. Imagine Ramos setting up 2 Liverpool players.
Ramos needs to hold a masterclass on how he gets away with
murder
literally.
The yellow card confirmed by the Serbian official, Sadio Mane, the Senegalese. One of only 3 African players to score in the Champions League final, like I mentioned. Well, that substitution, the second for Liverpool. Tactical this time. James Milner off, Emre Can on. He's not going to be part of the German squad of Russia. Feels disappointed. Could be on his way to Juventus.
The rotor is in. That's the rotor of Liverpool.
Great pass there and a strike.
Oh!
Karius has done it again!
Congratulations!
Calamity Karius has killed them.
Madrid,
and look at that. It's over. It's over. Gareth Bale has single-handedly won this Champions League for Real Madrid.
I disagree. Karius has handed Real Madrid this trophy.
You know, Adan and I have this sort of connection. I don't think it's...
Loris Karius.
Well, it's a gift. It's a nice.
That was a gift.
It's a gift that keeps giving. Madrid players are celebrating. I mentioned the fact that the next goal is crucial. Karius gave away the first. Karius has given away the third.
The third.
Did you hear what that fan said? Waiting Karius don't do so.
He said it in pidgin.
And look at that. And look at that.
The Champions League will be heading back to Madrid. Just before kickoff, there was a red and white ribbon on the trophy.
This was from over 30 years out and at an angle. He had absolutely no reason to to let that go past him.
You can't hold it. Punch it.
Punch it. Look at that. He was going to punch it. You should be you should be chesting that stuff. You can chest it. You can chest that ball.
Carrier should be investigated and jailed.
Yeah. If it was a defender, you'd be chesting that ball. You'd be killing that ball with your chest.
2 errors in a Champions League
final.
Schoolboy errors.
It's gone. His Liverpool career will be extinguished tonight. Well, there's something about Gareth Bale. As much as we want to criticize and vilify Karius, if he hadn't gone for goal, give him all the credits too. With his powerful left strike, Karius saw it and wonder what happened. And Gareth Bale coming again. He can't get a hat-trick. He's on a hat-trick. Gareth Bale can get his hat-trick. It's not going to happen, not yet at the moment. What a story. It's going to be a player who didn't start the first half.
He could have given it to
Ronaldo. Pissed.
Yeah, he could have given it to Ronaldo, but he wanted a hat-trick. That was quite selfish from Gareth Bale, but I don't blame him.
He doesn't really care.
He came in as a substitute and he scored 2 goals. He's more or less won the Champions League for them. So, I mean, to be selfish, I don't really blame him at this point. Gareth Bale, well done. Kudos to you, man. You deserve it.
The 31st UEFA final for Real Madrid. A club who's won a record 24 trophies, a record 12 European Cup, UEFA Champions League titles. It's a night where Liverpool will be quiet.
And
it's
at this
city
point,
I love.
At this point, whatever Sergio Ramos did doesn't really matter
anymore. It's Karius.
Yeah, because now it's all about Loris Karius.
Salah left the pitch.
I am so sorry. This is the most embarrassing performance by a professional player in Champions League history.
Wow.
There is no excuse for what has taken place tonight. No excuse. I'm not a fan. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm not a Real Madrid fan. But I am.
And look at this. This little boy traveled all the way.
And he's crying.
This is embarrassing.
This is totally embarrassing.
On a million levels.
He needs to apologize to all his teammates at the end of the game. He really does.
No, there's so many ways to write an article. Once this game is over, you could go from the angle of Salah's injury, from the fact that Ramos is yet to be carried.
All of that has been ruled out by one man. I'm sorry. Because Liverpool were at least holding their own up until that point. Up until that goal was scored.
Up until the point
that goal even scored.
He gifted Benzema the goal. I think I can say the only goal Real Madrid scored in this game.
The bicycle
kick.
Is
the bicycle kick.
Bicycle kick, and Ronaldo is still hunting.
So even without Mohamed Salah, it could have been easily 1-1.
Yeah.
So we get confirmation. It's 87 minutes of action played. Gareth Bale on a hat-trick.
Sorry, remind me where Mignolet is.
Simon is on the bench.
He's on the bench.
Yeah, Simon is on the bench. Just to get confirmation. Yes, Simon Mignolet is on the bench. He's the reserve goalkeeper for this one.
Since when?
Since the Champions League, yes. Since the Champions League. Karius has had more Champions League games than Simon this season, so it's...
I mean, Mignolet is not any better anyway. I mean, it's not any better.
Potato.
Liverpool have a goalkeeping problem as well.
Like the Super
Clearly.
They have a goalkeeping
no reference to the
problem
national team.
Like the Super
It's Madrid 3, Liverpool 1. Most Liverpool fans switched the scoreline in their favour.
Yeah. And Jude said it.
Jude
said it, but it went the other way. Oh my. Why did I just go?
Jorginho Wijnaldum. There's still plenty of time for consolation.
No, there isn't.
Football has taught us not to be overly certain.
There'll be no Istanbul miracles tonight.
It happened in 2005. And it's Nacho Fernandez who goes down for the first time in 20 minutes. Roberto Firmino, the Cameroon-led Panton, the Brazilian, who just signed a contract extension, by the way. He's got to stay at Liverpool until 2022.
He too needs to be held accountable for this performance tonight.
I mean, in matches like this, your top players step up. I mean, we saw Salah step up until he got out.
Yep.
Mane was criticized, but Mane also at least has answered his father's name and he's out. I mean, he hit the upright again.
Unbelievable.
But the rest of them, Henderson has also done his own beat. Then Lovren, I would say, to some extent, has done his own beat. Virgil van Dijk also, Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, I'm mentioning names, but you see Firmino at the top and Karius at the bottom. They have been utter rubbish in this game.
I think
nonsense.
What Firmino did, and to his own discredit, was that he played a big man number 9 role. He stayed up there waiting for supply. But the moment Salah left, that had to change. Somebody had to tell him that, guy, dude, that script has been rewritten. You have to fall back to come and fight for the ball. Pick the ball, let us move together. But he kept on staying up there like Benzema. But you are not Benzema.
Benzema is a striker.
Benzema, you know, you can't afford to play or to take the kind of role or play the kind of position Benzema was playing to just stay up there as a top 9. Because Benzema has service, he has Madrid, he has Cruz, he has a very, very mobile Marcelo, he has Ronaldo, and he had Isco.
And now Bale is in.
You know, you lost Salah and you still stayed up there as a number 9.
Doing what?
Eventually it was like you were playing shot 1. Because you just stayed up there.
I thought Benzema was shot 1. You know, anytime he plays against Real Madrid, but Firmino, I mean, you want to talk about Karius.
He didn't get his tactics right. You know, he didn't get it right.
Jurgen Klopp needs to do something. Maybe wash his head somewhere. You know, you can't keep coming to Champions League finals and you can't win. You know, this is the
European finals,
Europa League final. You also got
2016. He lost to Sevilla.
You know, you lost to Bayern as a Dortmund manager. You lost to Sevilla as a Liverpool manager. Now you're losing to Real Madrid.
You know, he's not alone. I'm going to share with you information about managers who just don't know how to win Champions League finals. It's not just Jurgen Klopp's plight. The lines are buzzing. Will entertain calls after full time. And the guys are goal first. I'm sure they're lapping the excitement. It's Robertson, it's Trent, I beg your pardon. And Emre Can trying to go for a strike. Great skill from Luka Modric. 3 additional minutes, 3 minutes for an incredible fight back from Liverpool. If that would ever happen, not with Sergio Ramos with the captain's armband. And Toni Kroos orchestrating the midfield. And Gareth Bale being quite happy.
I mean, this was the goal. This was the goal. This was
the second goal and the first for Bale in the Champions League final over and over 30 yards there. That strike that could have been made easy by the goalkeeper.
Karius carried it in.
A shot on target transforming into a goal.
Karius
it's going to be investigated, some say. 3-1 the scoreline.
That's a criminal performance.
91 minutes, we're into stoppage time. 2 minutes for Madrid to claim a 13th Champions League trophy. 2 minutes left for Real Madrid to become obviously the most successful football team, and they can do it with such aplomb. It could be Ronaldo. It's not his night, obviously. Virgil van Dijk intercepting that pass. The Portuguese knows it. Well, Gareth Bale in that instance being quite generous. By the way, while we were discussing, Marco Asensio came on for Karim Benzema. So Zidane, who is on the verge of becoming the very first coach to win 3 European Cup. Some still call him lucky.
It's strange though. It's strange that he's done this. He's broken a record, and nobody recognizes him. Everybody says it's Cristiano
still call
Ronaldo.
him lucky.
Says Ronaldo is Ronaldo is Ronaldo. If Pep Guardiola did this thing now, he's the greatest manager in the world.
You make your own luck. You make your own luck.
Well, as they say, it's just what it is. I was going to mention managers who are in the same stead, like Jurgen Klopp is joined if this becomes a result.
And look at that, Liverpool fans still cheering, still waving their banner, well, and I applaud them.
Maximiliano Allegri, Diego Simeone and Hector Cuper. These are managers who have experienced defeat in both of the Champions League finals. Jurgen Klopp looks like he's going to join that party. The pass has found Ronaldo. He's waited for this moment all night long. Cristiano turns to his left-hand side. He's going to play it a bit. And well, a fan has come into the studio. Well, not in the studio actually, into the stadium. Well, Ronaldo wouldn't be happy with the fan because that was his moment.
Pitch invasion.
Well, the fan ran onto the pitch. Imagine if this was still 1-1.
Yeah.
You know how the fans are able to get past the steward.
Imagine if it was goalless and that was Ronaldo's chance to score.
He would chase the fan. He would be the steward.
What a fine.
Well, it's all over. It's all over. It's not going to matter anymore. Real Madrid are champions of Europe for the 13th time.
If I was Henderson, everybody leave this guy. Nobody should go and pet him. Loris Karius, you know, is really, he looks a dejected. Let him just talk. You know, he's dug his head on the pitch. If I was Liverpool captain or manager, you know, I'll just tell everybody, leave him, let him suck on his own. And I think that's what they are doing to him, because ordinarily someone should go and console him, pick him up, pat him on the back. But I think they've done the right thing. Let him wallow in his own error there, and everybody just move on.
Like you see, like his carriers. We know that Salah left the pitch crying because he was injured. Kamara left the pitch crying because he's injured. But his carriers is just a nonsense man. He shouldn't even be crying.
Well, it's a sad night if you're a Liverpool fan. But congratulations, felicitación. Madrid are champions of Europe for the 13th time. A class above all who've contested in this competition. And the managers in it into them, becoming the very first coach to win 3 European Cups in a row. Also, he was the first to win the Champions League in consecutive seasons in 2017. For the club side Real Madrid, they are the 4th team to claim 3 successive European crowns and the first to do it twice. But a night where the headlines wouldn't be about Bale's spectacular bicycle kick, but a clanger dropped twice by Loris Karius. What a night, what a performance. Madrid are the champions. Ada, let's get your opinion before we head to the 4 lines. You've been shaking your head. Well, Jordan Henderson is shedding a tear or two.
This is no way to lose a Champions League final. Yeah. This is no way. Like, I don't want to say disgust, but oh man.
Should have made disgust.
I am not. Do you understand? Like, I as a football fan, this is not the way I want to see a trophy of this caliber.
The biggest club competition, the biggest.
Why? What? Was it lack of concentration or no? No.
Who's going to be your scapegoat?
It has. I'm sorry. It has to be.
Karius.
No, I have to. No, I have 2 scapegoats.
Ramos.
Karius. No, not Ramos.
Okay.
No. Ramos did what he needed to do. Karius is the first one. Firmino is the second one. Firmino was nowhere to be found in how many minutes? 90 minutes. Your teammates stepped out. You needed to step up. You didn't. What else was going to happen? You are the striker. Not Salah is not the striker. You are the striker. At least Mane tried to. Mane did what he could. Firmino was nowhere to be found. He should be held accountable. If you want to say Karius, we can say for Karius maybe inexperience, but Firmino, I'm not sure Firmino has an excuse tonight. Disappointing.
I love him, and that tells the entire. Shedding tears uncontrollably, inconsolable, and Jordan Henderson, the manager, look at this. This is what a dad does. He's going around, he's consoling everybody. He's really giving them a talking to. One Croat on the other side, is crying and weeping, and the other one, is laughing and he's cheering.
There's something really odd about Luka Modric. You see him without the football boots and the jersey, he looks like a street kid. But when he puts on this attire, there's something remarkable. It's not a night for Ronaldo to cheer. 15 goals. He takes actually the top scorer.
Yeah, he's not.
So again, Madrid another one-man team.
They're not. They show you this every time, but yet
keep the calls coming. We'll take your calls. Go ahead, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, people wanted to ask something.
Madrid. We were talking after Salah left, and we looked at that Liverpool bench, and there was nobody.
Nothing was there.
There was nothing. Madrid won this game from their bench. The bench won
them
the game.
122 seconds to get that goal.
Yeah, the bench won them the game. But I don't know. Liverpool have to do something about that bench. They really have to do something. They need to get a squad. He might need to get about 5-6 quality players for next season. I'm talking about Jurgen Klopp. Because you really look at that bench, and it's because this is a cup competition.
That's
right. You play a few games, in cup competition. That bench and the lack of depth in that squad is what really didn't let them go far in the league. And I think that's one of the things Klopp really needs to fix, against next season.
Yes, man. He's not going to have a fine night, Loris Karius. Well, how do you shed a tear and no teardrop?
Yeah. I'm wondering that. I feel, it's disappointing.
I saw Salah cry and I saw tears.
Yeah, I saw tears. I saw Kamara
cry. I saw tears. Should get me angry now.
His face is not red, and nothing is coming out. And he's begging for, you still talk about the pressure. I said this at the start of the game that the pressure was more on Liverpool than Real Madrid because of the same territory thing, familiar and unfamiliar. And I think the one it hit the most was Loris Karius. It hit him the most. He didn't understand what he was doing in the Champions League.
The first goal
final.
wasn't supposed to be.
You know, he didn't understand.
The second goal, naturally, the Gareth Bale bicycle kick.
Nothing he could do about the second
goalkeepers could have said. I mean, before there's a better goalkeeper, Ronaldo scored one of such against him. But it's incredible, guys. It's a result, like I say, not a scoreline. Madrid are champions for the 13th time. The lines are buzzing. We've got destination 10 p.m. So we're squeezing as many calls as we possibly can. Jurgen Klopp officially joins that cast I mentioned. Maximiliano Allegri did it in 2015 and 2017, lost the Champions League final. Diego Simeone in 2014 and 2016 against Real Madrid, and Hector Cuper in 2000 and 2001. Managers who've experienced defeat in both of the Champions League finals. Jurgen Klopp has joined that. Not Fergie.
Fergie has won it twice.
No, lost at
in finals.
The
fourth manager.
Okay.
He lost back to
people
back.
haven't lost at all.
He lost twice. He lost twice.
You know,
another thing we have to say is that Dejan Lovren cannot play.
Dejan
Lovren cannot play. I think he played the game of his life today.
He did. That's why I think his tears are sincere.
Because he's
I don't think Karius tears are sincere. I think
Dejan Lovren,
made up tears.
Henderson, Mane.
Those are tears of embarrassment.
They played the games of their life, but one man just decided to destroy everything, Loris Karius.
And then the season for Liverpool is a trophyless one.
Yes, a trophyless one. You know, the Champions League final is no trophy.
Welcome to what?
Okay, no, we're many now. We're many.
We're United. Everyone except Chelsea and City.
Yeah.
No, please don't call Tottenham. It's a normal thing for them.
Let's head to the lines, guys.
Arsenal played in a cup competition final.
Which one?
Even Arsenal played League Cup.
United played the FA Cup.
United played the FA Cup.
But final no be
keep your contribution short and sharp.
Final no be trophy now. Final no be trophy.
Hi, welcome to the show. Good evening. Yes. Hi, welcome.
Emmanuel.
Glory, go ahead, please.
Okay, about the game. It's a good one for Real Madrid. We requested for goals and we got it.
Yes, we did.
Ada, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hello,
doing? I'm very fine, thank you. Good evening.
Yes, dear.
Honestly, Real Madrid to give Karius a gold medal.
I agree.
I
agree.
Ronaldo deserves it.
Ronaldo might pass Champions League medal. Yes,
thank you so much, dear. On to the next one. Hello, good evening to you.
It's called 2 goals.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome. Yes. Oh, Chinaya, welcome back. Welcome back. Yes.
I'm really so. I don't even know what to say. I'm really so annoyed. How could a goalkeeper in the Champions League final look at the first error? What was he thinking? How could you already have the ball?
Tension.
Get out of the way, then you kick it. Then you
same question.
But that first one was crazy.
We are asking the same question.
He was nowhere to be found. Mane wanted to kill him for the pitch. I really dropped my heart for him.
Yeah, true. Yes, good evening. I'm very fine, thank you.
Yeah, she called earlier to say hi.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step out. Hi, hello.
Yeah, but Emmanuel, I love your sarcasm that Karius, he was crying, but there was no tear. I couldn't help but laugh. I was laughing and crying at the same time. I really feel so sorry for the Liverpool
it's a terrible
players.
way to lose.
I really feel so, especially for the young guys.
Yes, Trent and
Robertson. It would have been a perfect opportunity for them to win this, but there is always a second time. They were coming up against Real Madrid. I knew somehow they were going to win because of the experience. And what can you say about Sergio Ramos? That guy
he's a professional.
He's
a professional.
Once he retires, he should just go into acting. He just does it so well. He took out. Immediately Mo Salah went down, I just knew that was the end. Because look at the way he took his hand.
John Wick.
You know, I
John Wick right there.
Salah again.
Yeah,
but
Salah.
I think it's a learning curve for them.
True.
Karius should please come back to the back to play.
We wouldn't accept it.
20 Liverpool have been playing like that for crying out loud.
True.
Called me to come and be in the goal post. Maybe I would have kept
done better. I know.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much, and I'm great you're part of the family now.
The rumors already flying is that the fan who came onto the pitch came to help Karius.
Yeah, I'm telling you because Ronaldo wanted to come and kill him.
Yes.
You know how many? You asked the question. How many learning curves do Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp need to go through?
But they've played two major finals.
They've played 2016, and they haven't won anything. But
against superior oppositions. When they played against Sevilla, Sevilla are masters of the Europa League.
When you get to the final, of course you don't expect to play against Aston Villa.
Nope.
But when we
it's
had
supposed to
Porto
be
and Monaco, it was a fair final.
It was a fair one, but both of them were
I'm sure Liverpool would have fancied Bayern in the final than Madrid. There's just something about Real Madrid. In all fairness, as much as we want to vilify Karius, it's Madrid, Nnamdi.
The moment United got to the final against Chelsea was a big team. They beat them. But when they got to the final against Barcelona, that was a bigger team. Of course, Barcelona beat them, and no one will say, Man United didn't do anything. Yeah. Of course, when you get to the final,
they played 5 minutes.
You meet a very big team. And I don't think Liverpool expected anything less.
Should he get a medal from Safarin, the UEFA president?
Who, Karius?
Karius.
He should.
I want to see how. By the way, medal presentations are on, just for those who are not watching, on Super Sport 3 and just listening to our coverage. I wait Karius. Okay, it's getting close. That's Simon Big Billy, by the way.
Real Madrid did the Guard of Honor for
Naturally,
Liverpool. Very classy.
Yeah, they will naturally do it. Just I wait Karius. That's him.
When they see Karius, they will have hugged him.
That's it.
Well, and the cameras, you know.
The camera has to pan on there naturally.
Following him because
Jurgen Klopp is exhausted with silver medals. Exhausted.
He would have a medal collection board.
It's a sad way to lose. And the man on the crotch reminds you of United's Europa League final, where about 4 players.
United.
That's what it is. Look, he's not going to wear the medal. Loris Karius. Can the cameraman just do us a favor and take this camera off him? He's got family probably and kids. Maybe not.
You know, this is that final where, as a manager, you ask yourself, what did I do wrong?
Nothing.
He did nothing wrong.
He started his best
Klopp
players.
did nothing wrong. Salah got injured, and Loris Karius decided to take it upon himself to ensure that
end the game in 90 minutes.
To ensure that they lose the game.
Let's head back to the phone lines. We've got less than 10 minutes. Hello, good evening to you. Welcome.
Thank you so very much. And please, I send my greetings to all those wonderful
colleagues. Yes, thank you so much.
Please tell those my wonderful sister
Ada,
that Madrid is the champion.
she knows.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. There's nothing Liverpool wants to do this night. Experience is the best teacher.
So they say.
There must be an error. There must be football error. And that is what the thought is to keep on committing. So please, have a wonderful night.
And you too. Thank you so much. We appreciate you big time. More calls. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Stephen from Alagumiji. I
right.
called earlier on.
Okay, Stephen.
Yeah, I guessed 2-1. That Madrid will win.
It was close. It was close. Yes.
Which really happened. Well, I really blame the Liverpool defense.
Yes, go ahead.
The defense is very, and the guy that played defense.
Yes.
The guy really messed it up.
Okay, thank you.
After
life goes. All right, thank you so much for that. I appreciate the fact that you tweaked your words.
He tried.
He did.
But we have to be careful so that he doesn't drop.
He doesn't drop again. I appreciate all those who are still tuning in. Well, it's near perfect time to begin to play this. That's right. I think we don't want to see them in the Champions League next season. I'm just appealing because you look at the teams who are still present. Who beat them?
They should give them like 1 year.
We just beg. We beg. Okay, it's not pride. It's not. We're pleading Madrid. Okay, this is the sorrowful one. I don't want that one.
But do you think they will be this strong next season? By that time, Ronaldo will be 34.
It's just next season we're talking about. That starts in August.
No, he's adopted the.
They've shattered the records. They've set a new record.
Yeah. So this season we were seeing Ronaldo play more central. But in this final, he was playing either on the right or the left. We hardly saw him central. Yeah. Maybe that was why he didn't get that goal. But one thing Real Madrid have going for them is the fact that Ronaldo is playing. That's all they need. They don't care if he plays good or pitch. Just play. Who score? Don't score.
Factor.
Yeah, and you can see Ronaldo. Ronaldo is walking up. He looks dejected. He looks like someone that didn't even win.
Yeah.
Why? Because he didn't score.
But they need to start shopping for Ronaldo's
they need a replacement
right now.
I think it's going to go down as one of the greatest captain in club football, Sergio Ramos. However you look at his antics on the pitch, he's the definition of a professional footballer.
He reminds me of those evil Italian defenders we used to have in the 90s. Those guys also.
The Baresi.
I mean, they were that calculating, and they were, such geniuses, such evil geniuses. They'll take you out. Those days when Italy used to have all Juventus defenders. The entire back four will be Juventus, players.
We've got a selfie stake, and yes, A trophies hoisted. They are champions for the 13th time, Real Madrid, and have done something remarkable. The last team to win the competition in 3 successive seasons was Bayern Munich, 1974 and 76. Congratulations to Real Madrid. Hala, hala Madrid. That wouldn't sing, but she'll bump her head to the side.
Hala Madrid. You have to do that. That's in Madrid. Just say Madrid. Hala Madrid.
How do you even celebrate something like this?
I see they are not even celebrating. See, they are so calm. Before
they're so used to it.
They're used to it. They're tired actually of winning this, but they just have to do it because they are contracted to play football.
When a team wins Champions League, see the way the players are hungry to touch the let me touch. But see them, they just want to sit down like this.
Well, they applaud, and Liverpool fans are doing justice. Karius is going close to the fans. He's got to be cautious. I don't advise that.
Very careful.
Yeah, I don't advise. Not everyone is quite considerate.
Yeah,
he shouldn't do that. Actually, he shouldn't do that. Okay, I know football fair play. One game without violence we preach, but some fans are fans. And Liverpool as a city is quite accommodating.
Yeah,
it's going to be really quiet. It's naturally a very quiet place, unlike the hustle and bustle of London. But it's a sad day. We gotta go.
It reminds me of those winning 11. The one you just keep winning Master League. Just keep winning
players have been winning.
Just be winning. After a while, I get tired that my team is too strong. I will win again.
I'll win again. Let us go play.
Ada, we're wrapping up. Thank you so much. And highlights or high points of this season's Champions League for you.
High point of this season's Champions League. I'm sorry, is this final? This is what
it has to be low points.
No, this is what I will remember. The entire thing that took place in the second half.
Yeah.
The fantastic goal from Bale. The horrendous mistakes from Karius. Yes. The assassin job that Ramos did today.
So many.
A number of
Salah's
talking
injuries.
points.
I have to think that the first half ended goalless. 4 goals in the second half.
Football, bloody hell. Fergie said that stuff. Fergie did.
But shout out to Roma this season.
That turnaround against Barcelona.
That's performance against Barcelona. I think that
almost
has
did
to
it
be
against
up
Liverpool
there.
as well.
Yes, that has to be up there.
Liverpool scored first. That killed the momentum.
That has to be up there.
So Professor, thank you so much, love. And we have more of your outfits. Okay? I like to take a dig. It's just what it is. She's family. Bimbo, Champions League wrapped up. Club football officially done with.
Yeah, fantastic. And there's no better way, to do the curtain call for the season than the Champions League final.
It's the biggest.
And of course, once again, this final lived up to expectation, bar all of Loris Karius' antiques. I think it's all part of football. It all made it more enjoyable. I don't know. We really need to do something about this Real Madrid team. I don't want to see them next season.
They don't have to play.
But I mean,
they've got to stop
if everybody doesn't step up, we cannot blame them. We cannot blame them. I don't know, but
they weren't even at their best tonight.
Yes,
that's the crazy part. At least the other final, they were ruthless.
Madrid's supposed lack of performance started from Juve's second leg. They played against Bayern, unconvincing. They knocked out Bayern over 2 legs. Against Liverpool, they were just average, and Karius made them professional. Look at his face, and he's really cute, by the way. Loris Karius. That's the only good thing about him. He's really cute.
He's like Thor.
That's right, Thor.
Should go act movies.
Yeah, I think that's his talent. He hasn't discovered that. Namdi, we gotta go, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, fantastic stuff, Emmanuel. It was a final, a good final. I think when we're going to roll back the years of Champions League final games, this one would be up there. Thanks to Loris Karius, but it was a good one, and Real Madrid, I'll say, well deserved. You look at their movement to the final. They played against PSG.
That's right.
They played against
Juventus,
played against Bayern, and it wasn't an easy one. Unlike Liverpool, Liverpool had it a little easier than Real Madrid. So you would say they deserve it because they played against tougher opposition.
Champions,
get into the final. So it's what it is. You look at them, 13 Champions League trophies, and you ask, some teams have not even won 13 domestic trophies. That's their own domestic trophies. We're talking about Real Madrid winning 13 in Europe.
Madrid have a record 33 La Liga titles, by the way. 19 Copa del Rey, 10 Super Copa de España. They've got a Copa Eva Duarte. Don't know what that is, but it's a trophy. They have it. And now they have 13 Champions League trophies. Liverpool aren't far-fetched, by the way. Huge team also.
They're going to play another Club World Cup.
They'll play that way again. Simeone will now fight
and it's annoying. You know why it's annoying? Because when these things happen, when United were playing Europa, they're like, they're playing too many matches. Oh, they're playing too many matches. That's why injuries are killing them.
Playing all the competition.
They played Super Cup, Club World Cup, Copa del Rey, La Liga. Everything, Champions League, and they're still here.
They were made for the Champions League.
And some people will be giving an excuse that when you play Europa, you don't play well in the league.
You have to choose one. We gotta go. It's official, by the way. Madrid are champions of the Champions League 2017-2018. Up next is the movie roadshow with Irabo Okosu, more like. They'll be talking about movies you loved growing up. I think, in
the spirit of Children's Day. Children's Day is tomorrow.
That's right.
Is it tomorrow?
27, yeah.
Oh, tomorrow's 27?
Yes, it is 27.
My word.
The spirit of Children's Day, yes. So the movies you loved growing up, Ada, Living in Bondage.
Neka the Pretty Serpent.
No.
I think that's actually one of my favorites.
Movies scared me back then. No.
Taboo was too, funny. I love Neka. I love Neka because of, Le Manya.
So Cinderella?
No.
Aladdin.
I was the biggest tomboy. I didn't watch any
Aladdin.
I watched them, but I didn't pay attention to them. I like The Lion King and Face Off.
Face Off.
All right, amazing stuff. Well, for Bimbo, probably he saw Scarface.
Scarface scared me. I don't know. Scarface, there was that scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows that scene scared me the first time I watched Scarface. That
Which
scene
one? Your cockroaches want to play rough.
No, the first time he went to do the deal, and he went with his friend, and then that guy got them and was going to cut them with a chainsaw in the bathroom.
Yes.
I was watching it in my a family friend's house. The father is a close 7, and that was the first time I saw that scene. I was so scared. Then it was not until later and now
underrated scene.
That scene really scared me. When he shot that guy on the street, shot the guy on the street. Oh my word!
All right.
But
So
I think the first movie I think I can remember watching, the very first movie I was The Spy Who Loved Me. James Bond, Spy Who Loved Me. That scene where Jaws caught the chains with his teeth. It was at a party. It was this. It was at a children's party. I think in First Act. Then I think I must have been 3 or 4. And imagine at a party you see somebody. You're watching a movie at a children's party, and somebody is cutting chains with his teeth. I was scared.
Speaking of cutting, by the way, Ramos doing his. I beg your pardon, Marcelo doing the usual Marcelo. Just go get the net off.
Is he allowed to do that?
Yeah, he is actually. The net belongs to anyone who wins.
Piqué always did it when Barcelona won.
It's Madrid season, guys. We got to go. Join us 12 tomorrow till 9 p.m. You don't want to miss it. I'm Emmanuel Etim. It's been a pleasure bringing you the 2017-2018 Champions League. Madrid are champions for the 13th time.